and might. One nation bound in freedom, peace and unity. Hey, that's so. Oh, yeah. Alright, so compatriots, Nigeria call obey to serve our fatherland with love and strength and faith. The labor of our heroes past shall never be in vain. To serve with heart and might, one nation bound in freedom, in freedom, in freedom, peace and unity. Arise, my people, arise, my people.
Um, Good evening, everyone. Um, Happy Mother's Day weekend to all the great moms out there. As your host, my name is Dr. Adama. Welcome to the show today. I have with me Uncle KJ, Madam Luke. I'm going to hand it over for them to introduce themselves. But today we have an interesting topic for you guys today. Today we are going to be celebrating mothers, both single and women in general. So we have an interesting topic today that we're going to be looking at. We're going to be talking about what is a virtuous woman, and we're going to look at what it takes to be a single mom. And we have other issues that we're going to discuss. But first, we're going to go on what trended this week in the political space. So I'm going to hand it over to Uncle KJ. Uncle KJ, welcome. Madam Luke, happy Mother's Day to you, Mama. So I'll hand it over for you to introduce yourself. And
Thank you, my darling.
Thank you, ma'am.
yes, Uncle KJ. So what is going on in the political space? What do you want to share with us this evening, sir?
Okay, what we're gonna share this evening is simply what has been happening in this, or what has cropped up in the last 48 hours in Nigeria, and it's the story of Natasha is spinning out of the sockets in Nigeria, and I don't know how long we can listen to this, but we can just hear part of it, and that is that another lady now has come up to say that she was Professor what's her name, Mbeke, paid her to modulate the voice and all that, and she was paid 300,000 naira for that move, and it will be very interesting, Now this Adiola
Hi, everyone.
interviewing her. I don't know how much of it, but I think we can always can hear part of it and then go ahead from there.
Okay, yes.
Thank you
Let's
so
let's
much.
get to the point where she introduced herself and said what happened. Then we'll pick it up from there, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Hi everyone, thank you so much for joining me. I'm really grateful for every single one of you. By now, you must have seen the audio and video, the live video by someone called Professor Mbeke Sandra Duru, who claimed recently that Nigerian Senator Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan had called her to confess to her that there was never any sexual harassment from Senate President Akpabio, and that video has made the rounds. By the way, on this show, we made a video just examining everything she said, just to point out how ridiculous it is and why it's laughable that anybody would even believe in it. So watch out for that video. I was going to upload that video when I was contacted by my guest today that she has some exclusives to share with us about the Professor Mbeke and the audio that she has released. So I'm not going to waste your time at all. I see that we have a number of people joining. I'm just waiting for more people to join. So watch out for that video where we broke down everything that she said. But right now, I think it's very important for you guys to hear from someone who is in the know about how that audio was made and everything, and all the lies that has been circulating. Um, Now, I also want to point out that someone wrote in the comment section that they cannot hear me, but I went on YouTube right now and I could hear myself. So, is there anybody else that is having trouble hearing me? Please put it in the comment section so we fix that before we get ready. My guest today is about to spill some teas. If you have popcorn, just grab it. Go and grab your popcorn, because this is going to be lit. This is going to be a very serious something. Also, if you have tea, you can just be sipping your cup of tea as we are listening to this. No, there's no need to go back and forth about that audio or that live video. Let's just start by listening to Auntie Frances. Now, before I allow her to talk, this woman is about to reveal some things. And so I want to beg of every single one of you, whatever you do, don't condemn this woman for coming on the show, because she's literally exposing herself as well. As she starts talking, you will need to ask yourself who is going to put herself in this kind of situation. For those of you that may be thinking maybe she was paid to do this, we will still come to that as well. Nobody wants to put themselves in this kind of situation. And I actually admire you for coming on this show, because this is actually dangerous for you. And I know that people like the Senate president may watch this video and be like, oh, snap, she's exposing what is happening. Of course, Auntie Sandra will watch this and found out that, people are starting to expose what is happening. So it's actually dangerous for you to put yourself in this situation. And that is why I want to thank you first and foremost. And I also want to beg Nigerians, as you are watching this, please, let's just listen. Instead of crucifying this woman and whatever her role is on this matter, let's be open-minded. Let's listen to her story, and let's appreciate the fact that she even came out to say her own side of the story. And we are hoping this is just the beginning, that more and more people will come out. Once again, as you're writing in that comment section, don't be abusing her. Listen first and
her to release our phone to Akpabio.
welcome to the show. Thanks for joining me. Okay.
My name is Mrs. Frances Elisa Bonaya, but of course, my friends call me Tabitha. You know, I just have to give the full my name in full so that they would know this is real, you know, verifiable. And then for those who might be thinking, it may be no, whatever I'm saying on this show is nothing but the truth. It's also not just going to help Senator Natasha. It's also going to help Senator Akpabio. I'm from Arochukwu. Somebody from Arochukwu is more related to somebody from Akwa Ibom, because we're just like my house, 2 houses away from my house is in a local government in Akwa Ibom. So I am even more related to Akpabio than I am to Natasha, who is from Kogi State, or even I am to Sandra. So, you know, whatever I'm doing is just for just the good of everybody, for them to know who Sandra who goes by the moniker Professor Mbeke is, and of course become careful and also do away with that trash she has with her, claiming that she's got some audios. Now let me go straight deep into the stories, and I want to tell Sandra, if she's watching this show and if she's going to watch it, that I dare her to release our phone conversation. She records conversation. She should release my conversation with her, because if she doesn't, with time we might also release it. So now, but for the interim, on Saturday, being I think Good Saturday, that's what people call it, the Saturday before Easter, she called me in the morning, early in the morning. She reached out to me. It's been a while I've heard from her. The last time she reached out to me was around October last year, 2024. She reached out to me and begged me to make a video.
With her, are you guys friends? Let people know what's your relationship with her.
Be friends with somebody I've not seen before. But I'm a gender advocate. I'm a journalist and a gender advocate. Yeah. So when young women in politics or young women have problems, they reach out to me. Lots and lots of them. And of course, whenever a woman has a problem with anybody, regardless of who you are, I'll stand with the woman first while inquiring what happened. And I've done that for Sandra severally, and I'm also doing that for Senator Natasha. So, but the last time she reached out to me was around October 2024. After a long time, she went hiatus. She reached out to me, begged me to do a video about her, saying how good she is, So I think maybe after a long while out of the media, she wanted to relaunch herself with him, that she needed some of us with pedigree and with some influence to launder her image. She didn't just reach out to me, she reached out to a couple of other persons. What do? I have to oblige her, I did the video. And in that video, I was specific because I knew Sandra is always having something up her sleeve. I said in the video, even though I've never met you, I said it in that video, and she posted it on her page, and I still have the video. If need arises, you can also have it. That was in October 2020, and she thanked me so much for coming through with her with the video, and that nobody has spoken good of her like this. I said, no, I needed to do it for you, because I really, I really need her to become a better person and come out of every other mess or cloak she has always been on. So, and that was it, until Good Saturday, early in the morning, she reached out to me and said, sister, please, I will have something for Easter for you. And for me, I didn't see anything wrong with it. I said, okay, it's been a while. This one I remembered. Okay, I sent her the account number. She sent 100,000 there. I said, thank you. This is appreciated. That was it. Then after 2 hours after sending the money, I didn't know that, Sandra is always planning ahead. 2 hours after sending the money, I have everything. I have the evidences of everything I'm saying. She called me. After 2 hours, that was around 9:30 something or thereabout. I think it's in this phone I'm using. So she now told me that she realized I have been supporting Natasha. I've been fearing, in the support. I said, yes, but this is what I do. I stand up for women who can't. I'm a mother. I'm a wife. I'm even a young woman in politics. I'm a career woman. I know what some of us go through. That is also not me being a judge in the whole case. But then, as a woman and a woman advocate, this is where I am at the moment. So she now said, no, that there's a new truth. There's a new whatever, that she was standing with Natasha until she found out something. I said, what did you find out? Let me hear. So she sent an audio to me. So I listened to the audio. I said, okay, what do you want to make of this audio now? Because I didn't see anything incriminating, because she had told me that Natasha had told her that, had confided in her that there was no sexual abuse. But the audio she sent to me didn't in any way connote such. If that audio is true or was true, that Sandra is good in cloning, I had an evidence where she told me some time ago that cloning is one of the simplest things she does. So because of that, I was skeptical about that video. And number two, even if that video was original, I was trying to understand, even that audio was original, I was trying to understand what she was trying to do with the audio, because the audio she sent to me was not in any way harmful. It didn't in any way state that says Natasha she was never abused by anybody, or harassed by anybody. So I now asked her, what are you trying to ascertain? She said she wants to show people that Natasha reached out to her. I said, Natasha reaching out to you is not a big deal. I'm a woman politician. I now ran for elections. And when I was running for elections, there are persons who ordinarily will write for me, promote me. I don't give them anything. But when I see somebody writing about me much, sometimes I look out for their number or contact and call them to tell them, thank you for standing by me. If I get to this position, I will never forget you. I've done that. And we do that. We do that. We appreciate support. I said, well, she now said, she also now showed me a place, I think the place about in your bong Umore, he was there. In that one she sent me, the full one she sent me. And I told her, okay, if you're releasing this thing now, are you helping? Let's assume Senator Natasha said it, yeah? Are you helping Akpabio or you're killing Akpabio? Because this issue of Unibongo is going to bring the matter afresh and keeps the Senate president in a bad light. I personally, I might have been taken aback. I might feel towards Senator Akpabio, maybe because of this current imbroglio. But there should be respect for his office as the Senate president. So I said, if you are releasing this thing, are you not intentionally bringing the office of the Senate president to another set of ridicule again? She said no, that she was going to do. I said, okay, now what will you tell them? Because this place does not in any way exonerate, this audio does not in any way exonerate the Senate president. In fact, mentioning Ubong and everything, even indicting more or sort of in the office of public opinion, though, so she said no, that she knows what to do. Yeah. So she now wanted me to go to have all these conversations if she wants. So she now wanted me to go to a television station. So that she's not in Nigeria. That's after she had lied to me that she was flown into the country through a private jet to come and do that. I don't know. It can be true. Okay. It can be lie. You see, Sandra, I have known over the years, lies effortlessly. Lying is one of the things she does without even thinking, So I said, okay, but if I'm going to go to the station, I must be neutral. I will knock Senator Natasha where necessary, and I will knock Senator Akpabio where necessary. She said no, that she wants me to go and bombard Natasha. I said no, I won't do it, especially when it's not true. And I will not. And I said it. This was a good Saturday. She then said, okay, that she wants to maybe like do a PR around it. I said, fine, if you want to do a PR, no problem. I can give you blogs but make sure you say what is true. Because I listened to that audio. She said, okay, she asked me for a number of Deji, I think your juice number. She asked me for Sowore's number. She also thought of VGM. She said she mapped out 30 million naira to share to some opinion molders and some for philanthropy. I'm saying all these things because there are evidences, and I challenge Sandra to release our phone conversations. Maybe she records people's calls. She should release the one I had with her. So I said, oh, really, this must be really, really serious for it to have mapped out 30 million naira to share to opinion molders. Okay, in my mind, I'm like, is 100,000 naira part of my own opinion molders? Because me, I do not know. So that was it on that. I gave her the gist number. I told her the Sowore's number is one American number, WhatsApp that I had. I don't know if it's going. She now said she's got that one. I said, okay, that's fine. So I think she reached out to Adeyanju. She called me back that evening and said that Adeyanju is so rude that how can I call him? He's telling me he doesn't have time. I think if Adeyanju can be contacted, he can tell you on that Easter Good Saturday that something like this happened. So he called Adeyanju. Adeyanju was like, Adeyanju bluffed her. So she now got angry and called me back. Who does that? I don't think she is. That she also claimed she spoke to Sowore. So I don't know, we can contact Sowore if she has spoken to her, something like this. So I now said it's fine. That was it on that Saturday. When I told her I was going to go to the station only if I'll be allowed to be neutral, not where necessary, So she now said, okay, that she was going to get back to me. I didn't hear from her again. I only had the audio. She also made some bogus claims in the audio while we're talking. She played some voices claiming this is the voice of this number, this is the voice of so person. And I'm just telling her if she's, because those audio will come out. Those audio will come out because she's claiming all these people she's claiming called her. And I'm also saying it in case there's any top politician truly communicating with Sandra, the person should know that Sandra is recording him or her. And Sandra will use it to blackmail the person because she played some voices for me, and she played some voices for me, and she said she was calling the thing number 3. She said number 3. Do you hear that voice? That's the voice of number 3. She played the voices and while we're talking, and then one other voice again.
Are you saying that's the voice of the Senate president?
No, I can't really confirm that. You understand? But I can confirm that in our conversation. she claimed that the voice she played for me was the voice of number 3. So when this conversation come, I think she should be able to know who me. I don't know numbers. I don't know who is number. I don't know what is number 3. So that's by the way. So
you can stop it. You can stop it.
I didn't hear from her again. Of course, it was Easter Sunday. Then on Easter Monday, around 6 to 7 in the.
Thank you so much, sir. I think every one of us gets where this is going. Madam Uncle KJ, I'm going to start with you. What is your opinion on this video? Because I will start by saying someone that records any conversation you have with them and living in the United States, I don't know about Europe. I hope they know that's illegal. I don't know why Nigerians, like, let me not, I don't know why Africans. What is this thing about recording? Like, I don't get it. Why is it like you can have a normal conversation with people without them having to record you? I just, man, I'm just lost of word. Uncle KJ, what is your opinion, sir? Hand over to you.
Okay, thank you so much, Dr. Adama. I talked on before now. I know you heard this one before, but I said it. I said right on the first time I saw Professor Gbeke, and she had been bombarding my my Facebook page with all kinds of computer generated messages of herself and of whatever she was trying to canvas. I saw it the first time. I just said, this is fake. This person is being fake, and I never took her seriously. But eventually, when she jumped into Akpabio's this thing, the first time I heard it, you all can bear with me. I said here that this lady is fake, and all she's saying is all manipulated. But it's coming out now, and you see, the thing is, in Nigeria, people do anything and get away with it. Okay, you're having conversation with somebody, you are recording it, and she said it. Even she said it herself that that all the people who call her know that once you call her, it's automatically recording. But what reason? What's the reason you are recording the people's conversation? Not because you have an ulterior motive. You don't record people's conversation if you don't have anything. You don't have anything you want to do with it. So now, this lady who is also have the recording or was part of whatever he was planning is now saying that you release everything you and I discussed because you have it, and if you don't release it, I will release it because just like you told me you are recording, me too, I was recording. So you could see that the thing has gone beyond whatever anybody was thinking. I have come back to the same thing we talked about here, which is that people with just take this and run with it and think that is it. All the community of people who are condemning Natasha from Akwa Ibom, I hope they can also see what this lady is saying, and if they can believe what Professor Gbeke was saying, I don't see the reason why they shouldn't also believe the same thing the lady is saying now, because they are all of them said is from a phone conversation. The other one was not direct, but now this one is saying directly. This is the conversation I had with you, and the money sent to me. I have the trail, and it's 100,000, and you said this for this and for that. So eventually, at the end of the day, we have never said on this platform that Natasha is totally right. We didn't say Akpabio is wrong. We say if you have an evidence, go and show it. Go to court and answer. And those of you who have been following Dr. Damages also, we know that the very first time this thing came, I said to Akpabio, I said those who know him should advise him. If I was him, I would simply keep quiet and not even respond at all to these things. Because you see, the truth is that when you are on top, even some of the allegations that will come to you, you may not know them. You may not even be able to defend them. But you take the onerous part, which is to put yourself away from the public glare.
Uncle Pastor, yeah, okay, he turned out his camera. Go ahead.
And the truth remains that if care is not taken, eventually, you see, I think Akpabio is politically naive. Forget the fact that he's doing braggadocious this thing, because a politically sharp guy will see when a trap is being set for him and will avoid it. You went to the Senate not because you were elected or you even bought form for the position which you're occupying now. And that's the one reason why you will have been very careful, because it's very slippery. You are standing on a slippery ground, and so anything can happen. No, so when Natasha came up with that, if you go back, some people now wake up and they are saying all kinds of. If you go back to the very meeting for which all this thing started, the moment Natasha started speaking without refusing to stop, he said, Akpabio said to the mic, prepare to get her suspended. That's what he said, even before anything happened. That's the audio. It's out there. It's in the internet. Anybody can go back to it and watch it. What happened in the house? Before, in fact, she was still talking and shouting, "I'm not afraid of you. I'm not afraid." He said to the clerk, to whoever is the signing arm, prepare to get her suspended. So is that the person who is being fair? So if you know that these are the roles you played, you will have been more careful. The Igbo man, they talk English, say, he who lives in a glass house shouldn't throw stone. And that is what I thought would have been the better way out. Throwing stone in a glass house is exposing yourself. And the truth is, if we live in a country, let's face it, where sexual harassment is difficult to prove, because holding someone's hand or someone's waist will not amount to sexual harassment in Nigeria, but you can't try it outside of Nigeria. So when somebody say, I have been sexually harassed because of your attitude, you should be very careful in trying to respond. Nothing would have been better for him to say, to go to Tata and say, my sister, I beg, no remove Gary from my mouth. I beg you, But that's on the latter note. And I think that I like the way it's going now. Whether we like it or not, the truth eventually will come out. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Uncle KJ. Madam Luke, you're next, ma. What is your opinion about this video, ma?
Oh, well, I am just, first of all, happy Mother's Day to all the women in the world.
Yes,
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank
Yes,
you.
it's tomorrow, but we're celebrating it
Yes.
today because we
Yeah,
can't
we've
get
been
together.
celebrating it all weekend.
Oh,
Yes.
yes, wonderful. And I'm posting my mom's picture on all my platforms. So that's not me. Don't salivate. That's my mom. Okay? So don't even salivate. That ain't me. So any picture you see is my mom. So I'm celebrating her, a beautiful woman that she is, who showed me the best way to believe in myself as a woman and not to depend on anybody. So having said that, um, I am vindicated, is what I'm going to say. And my instincts are never wrong when it comes to things like this, especially when I put the people involved and I have to play psychological judge and jury. Credibility is everything to me, and Fabio has zero credibility. Zero. I mean zero credibility. And I give 100 credibility to Natasha. So I'm happy. When that Professor Ngbeke came out, I knew she was up to no good. I wish that guy that was here. I think we had this situation, this argument last weekend,
You mean
last Saturday.
Okeja? Mr. Okeja, he may
Oh
be
my God!
listening.
I wish he can come.
Yes.
I just wish I could see his face now, because that man, I don't know where he got his. I guess it's instinctive too. Like my instincts never fail me. I guess his instincts never fail him. But there's something with our men. When they see a fellow man wanting to come down, they will rise up. And even if they are erring, they will do everything just because they're chauvinistic and misogynistic. They would rather see a woman go down than any man's hair fall from his hair. And it's unfortunate. And people are saying this Natasha Akpabio Akpoti thing is a personal issue. No, it's not. Because anything that interferes with good governance is a problem. And that is why I have a problem. I don't care what the nitty gritty is, but for you to be able to cage her hands so she cannot work for her people, it's a problem. It's only in Nigeria you will get away with such a thing. So as far as Miss Professor Baker is, I wish, I mean, the lady that did justice to the reply was Precious Oruche. I could play that Precious Oruche's video over and over. In fact, I saved it. So I play it every morning and every night. It gives me so much pleasure. It gives me so much joy that a fellow woman has come out and gone after this Professor Ngbeke with the gusto she needs to go to. The next person we're going to go after is that Regina Askia, that Akpabio second-hand bag from that Akwa Ibom state, based in the United States here. We're going to go after all these women who don't have no shame, that think that they can rally around a man because of favors, sexual or otherwise, or monetary, to bring down their own. We're going to go after them one after the other. As Professor Ngbeko is, whatever money she's getting from it, that money will never give her joy. My prayer is that every dime that she has made from this will bring her sorrow to she and her generations unborn. That is my prayer. Because for you to come out here and smear a fellow woman is the most debasing thing. I, for one, like I said it, even for me to knock down a fellow woman, I'll be silent. Silent because I don't know the facts. But if I know the facts, I will slam you based on what you have done. If you do bad, I will slam you. If you don't do anything credible, I will slam you. But if I don't know the facts, I'll be silent. But jumping on the bandwagon just because of sentiments, I can never do that. So, Miss Professor Mbeke, she has been exposed. Nigeria is boiling. Now we know the kind of people we have in Nigeria that will do anything for money. So she will get her own where she comes from. So, like I said, going back to the video, I am vindicated and I love what I'm seeing. The truth will always prevail. Thank you. Happy Mama's Day to y'all.
Thank you so much, Mama. Happy Mother's Day to you too as well. Mr. Janaba, welcome to the show, sir. What is your opinion on this video, sir? Uncle Janaba, are you there?
Hear me?
Yes. Oh, I can hear you. Welcome to
Uh-oh.
the show. Welcome to the show, sir.
Thank you, and happy Mother's Day to all the mothers in advance.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Oh, anything about Pablo, I don't. Pablo, I've said it, I have no respect for him, not because of Natasha issue, even before Natasha issue. Pablo is a lousy guy. I I don't know disrespect him more than this. I have zero respect for him. He said things. He opened his mouth anyhow. It's only a place in Nigeria, like someone like so-called Fabio will be a Senate president, and because it's a government of Agboros. So I don't know why and, on that regard. So, and I mean, he himself said that what you cannot do with little money, more money can get it done. What it means is that when he offer you little money and you refuse, he increases it to make sure he takes. And in a country where men and women lack integrity, like Nigeria, uh, people like Beke no be Bush girl. Is that her name? Is that his nickname? What's the meaning of Mbeke?
Uncle
KJ type.
KJ, what is the name meaning of wait? Uncle Passat is here. Uncle Passat, what is the meaning of Mbeke,
Ngbeke is the
sir?
name of a market day.
Oh,
Literally, it means bush woman.
yeah, exactly. That's what I understand by Mbeke. So
Yeah,
the
that's
Mbeke
it.
person, the lady, I don't, but all I know, Nigerian senators, all of them, I mean, Tasha is different, it may not be different, but all of them, let's put that aside, whatever, but the fact that this story of Mbeke, somebody, the name as implies, so why should I listen to Mbeke that doesn't know nothing because they put professor? So why should I listen to her? Don't listen to her. Think last time you guys play it or whatever that she's saying, but the fact remains that I have zero respect for Okpabio. Okpabio, he believed that money can bribing is a way out for everything. Give more money, push money on somebody. And I don't know. I think it's do. They say where they come from. A lot of them they are gifted in those area of whatever. the receiving slap for. So I hope we get another slap before he leaves again for the next prayer. I think one bold person could have. I wish that's what I said. That man, the husband is very weak. If I wish it was me, the slap he will receive, he may not even go to for his birthday party the next. So I don't know why they no slap and well. So that the wisdom behind all, let the birthdays lies and let's talk about it later. To me, I don't think anyone that even watching Fabio from afar know that he doesn't deserve that. And sometimes in Nigeria, we respect people more than they are worth. We put so much respect on people what that they don't want it, they don't earn it. We just maybe because of their position, not because of their own self worth or what they possess. So I don't whatever they call Babio, uh, and he's not a good politician, by the way. He shouldn't have put himself. But I think those lock of brain, those analog brain, they don't know that they're still living in the past. While the world is moving faster through medias and all this new generation thing, they are still working like chicken without head. I think that's the problem. Even the Madam Beke that is recording people, so you think you record someone, you are too smart, you are recording someone, somebody else is not recording, and you think, I don't know why the guy should also return his statutory change, 100,000. It's out of 30 million that they gave her to be sharing. So why only 100,000? And he keep calling her up and down. He could have closed he could have auto stopped for 100,000. I don't understand.
Thank you so much, Uncle Janava, for your inputs.
Well, thank
Man of Prestige, welcome to the show, sir. Could you please unmute? What is your opinion on this video, sir? Welcome.
Yeah, greeting everybody and greet pre-Mother's Day, everybody here.
Thank you.
Yeah, greeting everybody. Yeah, to begin with, Mbwekwe, I mean, that lady is from Imo State, and the meaning of Mbwekwe means a wealthy or a prosperous woman. That's what that actually means. But in that regard, which is not. This story has a lot of interception and, twist to it. Because earlier, I didn't listen to the whole thing. I listened to what's the name of that lady? Adewale, Ademola, whatever her name is. I listened when she was narrating when the story was live. It was played today. I think it almost lasted about 2 hours, but I listened for about 30 minutes. Believe me, the story is very explosive. Okay, I mean, the one you just played was that just a little bit of what the lady narrated. She even has a transcript and everything, and she was actually paid 300 naira. The money was there because the transcript that was paid, it wasn't that the lady.
300,000 though, not 300 naira.
No, at 300,000 naira. That's naira, not dollar. No, I'm not talking about the. I'm not talking about dollar. I'm talking about what Sandra paid her. This Obonna. I think her name is from Obonna.
I know, I was just correcting your typo. You said 300 naira.
Oh, 300,000 naira. I'm sorry. Yeah, that's what I mean. 300,000 naira. I think she's from Abia. Is that Aaron Duzogo or whatever? Close, it's from Abia. Yeah, she's from Abia, according to what she said. But it was a long story. Like I said, I didn't listen to the whole thing, but she provided evidence, of the money, that was paid to her and the information, their transcript and everything. Then I think she was asked to provide some other things, but she was talking from her own phone. So she couldn't give her other information that she wanted. I think she ended up giving her some of the information. So like I said, I didn't listen to the whole thing. It was just a bit less than 30 minutes that I listed. It seemed like more explosive. I don't know actually what's going on there. And one thing that was confirmed, I think there's a story. I don't know if Natasha has actually spoken that she never met the woman or she never spoke with her. I'm talking about with Sandra. So I don't really know if that has been confirmed. But actually, in this narration, Natasha actually talked to Sandra. That's what the lady confirmed that, but not about there was no sexual harassment according to what correspond between Sandra and this Obona lady. They said nothing like that ever came up. So that was a fabrication from Sandra, point of view. So it's a very big story. Like I said, I can't speak much about this. I have to go back and watch the whole thing. I think the whole video lasted more than I think close to 2 hours. So that's why I couldn't, because I have to leave. So, like I said, it's very explosive. Okay, what's going on there? We don't know how things gonna turn out, but in my own opinion, I think I will lay towards the lady Natasha. I will believe Natasha, but until actually the whole thing go to the court or whatever, and prove her evidence, then we can talk about it. But it's a lot of twist in this story. Okay, that's all I have to say.
Okay, thank you so much, sir. Uncle Passat, welcome to the show. What is your opinion, sir, on the video that was played?
Yeah, thank you very much,
Good
Madam
evening,
Adam.
sir. Yeah.
Happy Mother's Day to Madam Luke, yourself, and all the ladies who are listening to this show.
Thank you, sir.
Should you guys have any special requests, just bring it to my attention, right? To the private
Thank
chat.
you.
All right.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Let me also greet my brother, man of prestige, and John Abba, and my other brother, KJ, over there. And those who are in the comment section. Now, the video you played for me is of no special importance or significance to me because I'm not playing that game with them. What's given impetus to people like this is that we have time to listen and gossip and talk about nonsense that has nothing to do with anything. We have a distinguished senator from Kogi State. He's doing a lot of work. And minorities of Nigeria, in a couple of, maybe a year ago or 2 years ago, I come and I'm happy that minorities are giving us problems in our country. And they emerge as Senate Senate leader, Senate president. And the other one emerged as the Minister of Federal Capital Territory. And they're just harassing and menacing the country, similar to what they did before the war. And it's like I'm picking on them. I'm not picking on them. There are a lot of good people from majority groups in Nigeria, like the Igbos, the Hausas, the Fulanis, yes, and there's a lot of bad actors as well in all those Wazobia. But the major problem we have in the country when we want to make progress come from the minority groups. They don't like to hear it, but it's the truth. Because my complaint preceded what they're doing now. You could see what they're doing. They have impetus to be harassing us, not knowing that if we do fall into the state of nature, whereby that constitution is null and void, there's a protest, and the constitution is abandoned by the Wazobia, it's going to take less than a day to capture all those people like Wiki and his entire state, or anybody else who support him, will be taken in an hour. It's not just going to be an individual problem, it's the entire place, in the entire region. Same thing with Wiki. We'll cut through there like hot knife on butter and take them over. So they're over there making noise, making trouble. I saw the Kubo over there. People in those states, they have thugs there as well. And they think that because you get a seat, you have maybe an Igbo president or a Hausa president or Yoruba president in this case, give you a post. Therefore, you abandon the constitution and think you're the same as everybody, every group. You're not. You're a small, tiny group. But you're causing more problems than anybody else. We have to move forward. If we revert to a state of nature, we're not gonna be talking about Natasha and the gossip with the other lady. We're gonna take you over. We're gonna run through you like hot knife on butter. Now that's what I prefer. Nigerians are not ready for that, right? So Wike, how many battalions does he have? Well, you huffing and puffing from that Federal Capital Territory, and everybody's worshiping you because That's what a lot of people wish, as if Wike has that kind of power, or Abio. These are tiny, tiny minorities in the country.
I don't know if it's me or I can't hear him. Uncle Pansat, we can hear you, sir. Am I the only one that can't hear him?
I can hear him.
Oh,
Set
okay.
up shop
I
here.
can't.
Talking. I
Okay.
don't want you to set up shop talking about what this Mbeke is talking about. We have a distinguished senator who has made some accusations against the Senate president, Akpabio, who doesn't know how small he is, because we haven't settled the country to where constitution is working. So in his natural state, he represents his minority group, right? And he's playing with our intelligence, people from our own region, who can cut him down any day, take him over. I want you to know that's what's important here. Are we operating a constitution, or are we in a state of nature? He has to make that choice, because one of these days the North might have enough, and then we're going to have to bargain with them, make a deal. We said, okay, take the Yorubas, we're going to take the rest, right? We'll cut a deal like that. That's the kind of deal I'll cut. I've had it. That woman who's a senator from Kogi State, is a distinguished senator who's been illegally removed from there. So going and constructing AI stuff or putting stuff and say she made a call and that's nonsense. Who's listening to that nonsense? If you want to be on the same footing with her, get on the Senate, join the Senate, so you'll be colleagues arguing. She's not in your class. The stuff you're saying is, impossible. She will not do anything like that. She's above your pay grade. Get on the Senate floor if you want to be a colleague of hers. But it's neither here nor there anyway. Even she's from the minority group. All these minorities are making trouble, from the north to the south, from the east to the west. If you look at our country right now, look at who's making all the trouble we have there. It's not the Wazobia. Look at what happened during the war. We went to Abuja, made a deal. We'll come back. These minority groups say they don't want to abide by the deal. Now, Ojukwu made a mistake of going and looking for some other enemy up there instead of taking over all these minority groups over here. Take the oil. So Akpabio should hear what I'm saying to him. You can insult Obi, you do this, insult our tribe. You think you're the real Nigerian now because you're friends with Tinubu. But if the North had enough, we in the Southeast ought to cut a deal with the North and divide that country into two. We'll give them the Yorubas and we'll take the rest of the people. The rest of them, they don't have a battalion. We had that during the war. We took them over in no time, and we'll do it again. So he shouldn't be insulting us as if we're the same now. We're not equally yoked. My village is bigger than his place over there. So he ought to know that. He can be insulting us thinking it's the same. The Yorubas cannot save you. We could also take the Yorubas if we want to. If they not say take the Yorubas, we'll take them and have the Northerners take the rest.
Okay, sir.
So that's what I'm saying. Stop setting up shop, talking about gossip that doesn't mean anything. They're not on the same level.
Okay, sir.
And the senator from Kogi are not on the same level. All right, thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir, for your opinion. Now we are going to go to the main topic. And my question to our panelists is, since we're celebrating Mother's Day, I want to say a happy Mother's Day to my lovely mom. Thank you for all you do, Mom. I am blessed to have you as a mom, and I am so proud of you. And while the show is going on, we're going to be highlighting women who have been doing incredible things. We're going to mention them to our viewers who want to come in and celebrate their mom, share something, a story about what your mom or someone in your life who you look up to as a mom. Please come in and share your story with us. We'll be willing to listen. Please, guys, click on the like button. So for my panelists, the first question I have is, what is a virtuous woman? And before we answer that, I'll go to Madam Luke. Madam Luke, could you tell us what a virtuous woman is, what the definition is, ma'am?
All right, thank you. Well, You know that word virtuosity comes with a very, very what will I say? Let me say it's close to perfection. So a virtuous woman, to start with, according to biblical standards, is a woman who her husband can trust, and one in which he will have no lack of gain, because she is willing to help him to prosper and not to falter. And then, if I have to go with the simple definition by the dictionary, it means honorable, moral, righteous, respected, lily white, true, ethical, honest, good, decent, upright, decorous, principled, clean, inoffensive, sanctimonious, spotless, angelical, uncorrupted, immaculate. It goes on and on and on. So, in other words, a virtuous woman is one that is perfect with no single blemish. Do you hear me? No single blemish.
No single blemish.
No
So,
single blemish. And it says
mhm.
we have women in the Bible that can be called virtuous. They're like the lights of Ruth, and in the Bible, Ruth, and what will you say? Those kind of women in the Bible that are exceptional. Now, if we now have to say if we have them on earth, only people I have never seen one, including myself. So let me just put that out there. I'm not anywhere close to virtuous, and I'm not even aspiring to be, because that's a high standard to uphold. So if anybody knows, even my mom is not a virtuous woman. I don't know any virtuous woman in my lineage. So if you know anybody that is virtuous, I turn it over to you. Good luck.
Thank you so much, ma'am. With that being said, I like how you defined it and those character. So my question is, I'm going to play this video, then we'll pick it up from there. Then I ask the panelists this question. When they asked men, this was a woman who did an interview and she asked men about this question, and this was their response.
Unbreakable. What do you understand by a virtuous woman?
Oh my god.
You're laughing now. I know you want to talk nonsense.
I just did laugh. I don't know what a virtuous woman is because I haven't seen one. The only one that I know about is my mother or my sister. Any other one, I never see her. So I cannot really speak much on it. The women I'm seeing currently or at our present now in this generation, they don't have it. Apart from my mother and my sister, that's the only people that I believe 100% will stand by me.
So not only your mother and your sister.
Okay, Uncle KJ, if you're there, what is your opinion on that video? And have you ever, do you know of a virtuous woman? Someone that the characteristics, that everything that's, Madam Luke listed, one person that that embodies all those characters. Sir, over to you, sir.
Okay, for me, virtuous woman is a Proverb 31 woman. In that sentence, in that chapter, on that verse, it did outline who a virtuous woman is. I must say that in our time, in the days that we live in, it's a bit difficult to identify one. Maybe in the days of our mothers, you could find, because they did things without without minding whether their husbands were actually doing equally the same or not. But since modern teachings have come into being, sometimes much very difficult to find people who will be, I'm trying to look for the right word, who can ascribe to being virtuous in all ways, just like Madam Luke have said, without any skirmish. The truth is, sometimes you may seem to think you are virtuous, But if you are virtuous, then you also not be fighting for something that you think are your right. Um, because for me, it says that even when you think you are right, you should deny yourself of your right just to be at peace with all men. So sometimes when you examine it properly, you find out that these days and this in this season that we're in, very few people can accept to just go on and give and give and give without saying, why is this person not even responding in the way that I think? So it's become more difficult. We're in the age of knowledge, and the problem that knowledge does is puffs up. It makes people who have too much knowledge and understanding kind of become puffed up. They become very proud and arrogant, and so sometimes that pride doesn't allow them to stoop low to conquer. So yes, they are virtuous women, but they are probably in a more older woman than you have younger women. Yes, they are virtuous women. Some are very educated, some are not, but they still carry that that spirit of being a virtuous person. Um, is it very easy to find one? No. Maybe in a million, maybe you'll find less than 100. But there are people who see others first, put others first, do everything possible to make sure that their husband or their wives live a good life. I'll stop at that.
Thank you,
Can I do
sir.
a, can I do a pushback real quickly?
Yes, go ahead.
Yes,
Go
ma'am.
ahead.
Okay. So now we have gone to the top standards. So further in my reading here, why it starts to differ, he said when it comes to being virtuous, perfection is not a requirement. So guess what? We have many virtuous women. Some may view women like Ruth or the Proverbs 32 women as the perfect image of a godly woman. So now that is when you equate virtuousness to godliness. But in reality, mistakes will happen and lessons will be learned. It goes further to say a virtuous woman knows that she will lose her temper, like me. Mhm. Spilled milk will be on the floor, and it will be hard to stay virtuous in a world that strives on immorality. However, she knows God loves her and forgives her when she doesn't always get it right. So, guess what? We are all virtuous women. I leave it at that.
I
Madam, look,
but
I love
look,
your pushback.
I've always liked you, so I'm not gonna fight you.
Thank you.
Uh, yeah, but here is when I try to say that, I'm not saying because the virtuous woman won't make mistake, but there are certain things that the virtuous woman may not necessarily go ahead to fight for. For instance, um, Proverb 31 woman says that while her husband is languishing, that is lounging at the gate, playing ludo or draft with the men of the city, she's going about doing her things, making sure the home runs, making sure there's water, making sure there's food. And even when the husband finishes taking his time to, just do nothing, comes back and still finds food to eat, and finds a clean water to bath and all that. So she virtually runs the home single-handedly without any assistance from anybody, from her husband. So, in other words, I would not want, excuse me, I now want to take the modern, description of that, but I rather what I want to see from the Word of God. That's the Word of the Bible, as described there. But the problem with your own definition of what it is, um, um, we are saved, we are being, and will be saved. That is a progression of a Christian. You first get saved, then you continue to walk because you have lived in this world for many years. You have experienced the carnal world, the carnality that is in the world. You have experienced a lot of things, which your body and your system has recorded. Then when you come to Christ in your older age, maybe 30, 40 or thereabout, or 50 or even 60, it is going to take a while for those things you have learned over time to go away. And so as the process of going away is still the process of getting you to the place where you can be cleaned up. So a virtuous woman will make mistakes, and those mistakes are still part of what she's learning. But as long as she knows that her desire is clean, it's not because she's trying to be funny, but she's trying to be, learn and understand, then it can be accepted. And I have no desire, I have no problem to say that not only Christian women that can be virtuous. Anybody who fears God or who has a principle that you're operating with and you keep on to that, you equally can be called a virtuous person, because you have your principles that you're keeping and you're not going to negate that for anybody. That's what the word called drawing a line. You draw a line, what is acceptable to you and what is not. Thank you so much, Madam Luke.
Thank you. All right, Madam. Look, I'm going to come to you last. I want to hear from Uncle Jonaba and Man of Prestige. Then I'll come to you. Uncle Jonaba, what is your opinion about the question I asked? Who is a virtuous woman you know, and do they exist?
Partially, I can say my mom, but virtuous woman, like the way Madam Luke defined it from the Bible and the dictionary, doesn't exist. But the fact that
Could
my
you
mom,
please say it louder again? We can't hear that part. You say it doesn't work.
I say the definitions and all the good stuff, the way whether the Bible term or the dictionary term that Madam Luke read out does not exist. And if partially, I can say my mom, the father, he married for my father. He make her proud at the gate. That's what the virtuous woman said. The Bible say. It said, a woman that make her husband proud at the town square. Just it's an old way where old. Sometimes you still find it in the remote area in the village and all that. That there's a place people assemble. So. What my mom did for my father by marrying for him from her own side of her own side is to make him proud, because there are many reasons in those days for it. It is also economical issue, because the more children you have, the more land you occupy, the more food you have, the more it's economical. So to me, that's the definition I can give to my mom. But that in the other term, it doesn't exist. We are just managing ourselves. Thank you.
Please, question for Uncle John Abba.
Go ahead, Madam Luke.
Uncle John,
Yes,
please.
ma'am.
You said they don't exist.
No,
So, if I were to define a virtuous woman from my worldly perspective, would you say Osinachi, that may her soul rest in peace, was a virtuous woman?
I
no,
know you were
not
going
at
to call
all.
that name. I know you were going to
It's not
call
at
that
all.
name.
A woman that let herself be killed by man, was into abuse, was using religious head. How can she be a virtuous woman? Virtuous woman, is it trying to now she pay with her life for a reckless man that may be mentally ill. What that good? I think a virtuous woman should be a woman of a good judgment, a very intelligent woman. So a person that died for her own, as you say, is a virtuous woman. I mean, I like
Okay,
her.
what about a virtuous sheep?
Yeah, she's a virtuous sheep.
Okay, thank you, Madam Luke. Man of Prestige, are you there, sir? Man of Prestige, are you there, sir? Okay, Madam Luke, I'm going to come to you. Man of Prestige is not there. So, Madam Luke, what is your opinion about this definition and do they exist? Because I hear, man, when we talk about this thing, I'm going to put a spin on it for the men because for me, I feel like a virtuous woman is the same thing as saying we have a righteous man. And I don't know if I can say I have met a righteous man. Even Moses, I don't want to say Moses, Abraham. I may be wrong. I don't see. The Bible never defined him as righteous. I believe they said he was faithful. I may be wrong because I have been working along shifts, so but that's inconsequential. I may be wrong, but when I look at those two words, it kind of make me start asking, do they really exist? Someone that embodies all those character, calm, like, do they really exist? And I like that Uncle Jonaba say, no, they don't exist. But I heard men say, some men would say, or some people would say, oh, my mom, oh, my grandma. Then I throw the question at them, oh, if you say your grandma, your mom, if we go ask your dad, will your dad say the same thing about your mom, that your mom is a virtuous woman? Then the subjects change. So, Madam, look, I'm going to come to you, ma. What is your opinion?
Well, thank you. Now, you remember then one of the synonyms I mentioned about virtuosity was righteousness. So, virtuousness and righteousness are the same thing. So, I was kind of like tickled when Dr. Uncle KJ he mentioned something like if the man is loafing around and playing Ludo at the gate, and then he comes back and he meets food, and the woman is, you see this monkey they walk, babu they chop attitude. Eh? So that is a virtuous woman that just holds her own, doesn't complain, allows the man to do his thing. In other words, creates a peaceful environment for the man. So that way she's that Proverbs 31 kind of woman. And I tend to go with the other one. And Uncle John Abbas says it doesn't exist. That's the one that says that a virtuous woman knows that she will lose her temper, spill milk on the floor. It will be hard to stay virtuous in a world that thrives on immorality. However, she knows God loves her and forgives her when she doesn't always get it right. That is me. And that is the kind of God I worship, that knows I'm not perfect. But even in my attempts to be virtuous, I will come against obstacles that will test my virtuosity and also the righteousness of the man. So that way, we are not looking for perfection. We're just going to try to be the best that we can be. And knowing that the God, I know we don't worship the same gods. So that the God that created you will love you still in that way that you are, as you continue to do better, because he knows that most of the things you're not doing deliberately, but an act of weakness. I like that definition of virtuosity. And I think we are all virtuous people. So yes, I agree that we exist, going by that definition. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much. So, wow, I don't know if I should ask this question. Let me
Hey,
play.
did you call me?
Oh, Man of Prestige, yes.
You wake up
Did you
from
hear?
sleep?
No, I can't be asleep. I was.
Okay.
I was doing some of that thing. Sorry for that.
No, no, no. Man of Prestige, go ahead. What do you have to say in regards to who do you know as a virtuous woman or in your life that you want to share with us? And do a virtuous woman exist?
Hmm. That's a very difficult question to ask. Does a virtuous woman exist? This is strictly my own opinion. I will said somehow, but definitely no. Let me just put it though. And if I have to choose a virtuous woman in my life, and and I'll make it very clear, it's gonna be my mother. Okay, why do I say that? She embodied what a virtuous woman is. Like I said, a virtuous woman is not perfect. So why do I say she embodied what a perfect woman is? I mean, close to being embodied, not a perfect woman. I'm sorry. My dad said that, and I witnessed that the way she's the engine of the family. Very industrial, very intelligent. Everything that embodied in virtuous woman, she possesses a lot of them. But is she perfect? My dad said no, she's not perfect, and I don't believe that a perfect. That's what we call a virtuous woman to that perfection. Maybe to a certain degree, there may be to a degree, but I can't just really say that a virtuous woman do exist because you have to be perfect to be what we call a virtuous woman. And you can't find that in these modern days. Do they make mistake? Yeah, they do. So very, very difficult to find a virtuous woman, not in these modern days, okay? That we live in. But in maybe during my mother's time, yeah, I would say, yeah, to a certain degree they do exist, but they're not perfect. So they do make mistake. But I mean, there's many, many components, many, many characteristics, that you can say virtuous woman possesses. No, to make the story short, a virtuous woman doesn't exist. Period. But they may come close to being one. Like I said, my mother come close to be one.
No,
That's my opinion on that.
my my pushback to you, man of prestige, is this. You said your mom will be close to being one.
Yes.
So why do you think they don't exist in this generation, or why don't you think? I want to give a shout out to Man of Prestige, Mr. Dio. Thank you for listening. I see your Mother's Day wishes. Thank you so much, sir. I appreciate it. What he wrote, I agree with him because he's Man of Prestige is someone you, if he has a channel, please follow him. His channel is Man of Prestige. I believe, if I'm not, yes, it is Man of Prestige, his
Oh,
channel.
is it the owner of that channel? I thought it was a counterfeit.
Yes. Oh my God, he is good. He
Okay,
is good.
I thought somebody was trying to
Yes.
copy him.
Yes. No, this is Man of Prestige. He
All
is so,
right.
listen,
All
he
right.
is, let me just keep it that way. He is very grand. Yes, he is. I
Okay.
mean, you will enjoy listening to him. Our followers, like, yes, and he always supports. He will come in, listen, and give me. I really appreciate. So, Man of Prestige, thank you for showing up. I really appreciate you. So, my question to you, Man of Prestige, the one on the panels,
Wait
is
a minute, wait
why
a
do
minute,
you
wait a minute. How
think?
many months proceed do we have? Just call me MOP, please. To not in order to distinguish the honorable man of prestige. He's the one that's the honorable man of prestige, not me. Just call me MOP, okay? Please.
Okay, okay. Honorable. All right. All
I
right. So
mean,
the question.
Madam Adama, Dr. Dama, he says the honorable mop.
No, no, no. I said the one on this man of prestige, yeah, the one that has a podcast. He's the one that's honorable. Just call me MOP.
That's what I'm saying now. You are mop.
Yeah.
MOP.
Yeah, he's the one that's honorable, not me. I'm not honorable.
Oh
Okay.
yeah. Manifestation, my question to you is this. Why do you think we don't have women with those characters? Like, why do you think this generation, why is it so hard for us to see someone with some of those characteristics?
And
Well,
Dr. Dama, let me read this to him. Maybe he will adjust himself.
yes, go ahead, read it.
Man of prestige. It says, when it comes to being virtuous, and this is the and I was kind of chuckled that you didn't mention your wife, so I will let that slide. When it comes to being virtuous, perfection is not a requirement. So when you're looking for perfection, then you're going towards biblical age when they felt that things were perfect, but we didn't live in those days. But what it's saying now that is when it comes to being virtuous, perfection is not a requirement. Some may view women like Ruth or the Proverbs 31 woman as the perfect image of a godly woman. Now, we have to distinguish between godly women and worldly women. But now, this is the reality, and this is the world we live in. They said mistakes will be made, lessons will be learned. A virtuous woman knows she will lose her temper, spill milk on the floor. It will be hard to stay virtuous in a world that thrives on immorality. However, she knows God loves her and forgives her when she doesn't always get it right. Is that not what we do for our children? So the fact that you try to be virtuous alone makes you virtuous, but you are not going to be perfect. So that is the modern day definition. If people want to go by the biblical definition, then that is perfection. But we living in the worldly setting, we are not perfect. So we can be virtuous as we try to be, but we are not perfect. That's what I was trying to tell you.
Okay, okay, okay. That definitely okay. Is that it? Is that a modern day definition you just
Correct.
read? Oh,
Correct.
okay. I didn't even know what the definition mean, but I know what virtue mean. But anyway, so the question Adama asked me, why I think, because I mean the generation we have involved, and look at what we have like if we have feminists right now, which my wife is one of them. Okay, so that's why I kind
So,
of
okay, man of prestige, since you bring another thing to it, a feminist, could you define what a feminist is?
it's somebody who promote women, who promote women, to be equal with men in just an
Madam Luke, do
equality.
you agree with that definition?
Absolutely not.
You don't?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
Madam
Okay,
Luke,
Madam
okay,
Lou,
what
go
is,
ahead.
okay, hold on. What is the definition of a feminist?
The feminism definition encompasses the political, ideological, and socially driven movements proposed to designate and establish equality between the sexes on the basis of human life.
Okay, who are the two human lives? You're not men and
Now
women.
listen,
So that's why
listen. As a social movement, the main characteristics of feminism includes equal pay in the workplace, reproductive rights, women's suffrage, the right to an education, fighting for gender stereotypes and performative behaviors, protection against sexual harassment and assault. So, the right to own property, it goes on and on and on. So,
okay,
I don't know.
okay, in a nutshell, it's an equality. I mean, that's what you're battling for. You know.
Why shouldn't we get equal pay from you?
I'm not saying you shouldn't. It doesn't have to be just financial, I'm just saying, I'm just summarize
No,
it,
because
but
your
you
premise
said
is
my
that,
premises was wrong. That's what you
yeah, no,
said.
yeah, because you were trying to say it was all about equality. No, it's not.
Okay. I mean, I'm not, you have the definition there. I don't have the definition. I'm not reading from anywhere. So go
No,
ahead.
but because that's why we're here. We see, that is why I say we cannot just go from the head. Before I mention anything, I want to make sure that I have the basis there looking at me.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
that
yeah. I'm
way,
not disputing what you said. Like I said, I'm not
okay.
getting, it's just something off my head, the way I look at it, I mean, authentically, So that's why I said
So
that.
so if you're
But
ve- if you're a feminist, you're not a virtuous woman. Is that what you're trying to say?
look, don't
You know
try to
I'm going.
put
You know
me.
I'm
Don't
gonna.
try to put me. Don't don't
You know
try
I'm
to
gonna
put me
get.
in
You know
trouble, okay? Madam
I'm gonna
Lou,
get you in. I'm gonna get you in a corner. You know that, right?
don't try to put me in trouble, okay? Please,
But
Adama.
Mr. MOP, they asked you a question, a simple question, and the first thing you said was feminism. So you know we're going to tackle you on that. Mr. Dama said, "So why do you find that nowadays you don't find those virtuous things in
Oh,
women?" And the
well,
first
yeah,
thing
I
that jumped
just
on your mind
wait
was
a minute,
feminism.
Madam Lou. I just gave one example. I mean, I was coming. I just that
Okay,
was
go
the first thing
ahead
that
now.
came
Go
out of
ahead. Go ahead.
that was the first thing that came out of my mouth because I'm living with that. Okay.
All right, thank you so much. Let's go to the next
Can I
video.
ask
Then,
Madam Luke a question, please?
yes, go ahead, so you can.
Okay. So all the she mentioned when more say talk about the feminist. So are there cultures that woman now marrying a man just to for the equality sake?
Say that again. What does that mean?
I said there's a culture now that a woman marry man. No, naturally, like people get married, a man go and ask a woman, a family for marriage, and then mostly, sometimes depends on the locations and all of that. But normally, to especially in Nigeria, uh, it's a man that take that step to go to the family of the lady to say ask them hand in marriage. I say, is there any culture now that the woman to do opposite, do the same thing, like go and marry a man?
Let me put it this way to you. It is always cultural for the even in the Western world, it's the man that proposes to the woman. And even in traditional setting, it's the man that goes to ask for the woman's hand in marriage, right? But behind the scenes, we know who is sponsoring the wedding. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, but why can't the woman fight for that equality? Say I'm the
No,
one
no, no, no. We
sponsoring.
cannot fight for that equality because that's not what we want.
Oh, so
No,
you just
no.
want
What
the
you might, but then look, what you mean by behind the scene? There's some we know what goes on behind the scene.
I'm going to give you an example. I'm going to
Okay,
give you an example. You know who Vicky James is, right?
who?
You know who Vicky James is?
Begin James.
Yes. Does
I don't
anybody
know
know
him.
who Vicky? You don't know who Vicky James is?
No, I just saw one Pastor James or what the Reverend James.
Your own is always a long pastor line. Please come down to our world.
What
All right.
what did you say, Madam Lou? You said Vicky James? Vicky?
Vicky James.
Oh,
Yes. Vicky
oh,
James.
okay. Go ahead. I don't know.
That's a Nigerian fashion designer.
Okay.
Okay. When she got married, we know who paid for that wedding.
No, who paid?
Of course she did. She paid $450,000 for that wedding.
Okay, so why the question that Naba is asking? So why wouldn't a woman also ask
No,
for
no, no, no,
equality?
no. It's even more power to the women. If I marry you, not me get more power. See?
yeah. I said let's. I said
No,
why
no, no.
not?
I say I love you. I feel buy you. That's not. But it's not part of the feminism.
It's not power. Why shouldn't it be part? Let it be part now. That's what
Exactly.
Because you are
personality.
because let me tell you, you are the one I want. I didn't see a man that was going to buy me. So you are the one I want. So it's my power to empower you to step up to my plate. So it's not part of the feminism movement. Feminism means you go for what you want, regardless of what it is. So the fact that you don't, how many men are there that are you going to see on your equal level that you think? So because of that, you should not get married. So what exactly are you saying? You should fight for what? What are we supposed to fight for? For men we should not drag them to be more empowered to work harder, or what exactly are you saying?
Just like equality, women whatever a man can do, woman can do better.
That's what I'm telling you now. Now we marry you.
So
Now let me buy the cow now. So what you want?
so why can't it? Why does it have to be behind the scene? Why can't it be real life that this woman don't go marry this man?
No, no, no. It's not behind the scene because it's obvious. Because see, it's not like now if I want to marry somebody, everybody knows your net worth. Everybody knows my net worth. It is very obvious who married who.
So,
It's
but
very obvious.
why hiding behind the scene?
It's
I know
not
that
hiding. We're not hiding behind. We're not hiding.
during Clinton era and all
We're
those
not
things.
hiding behind the scene. Don't get me wrong. We're not hiding
Okay.
behind the scene. It is very obvious. What I'm trying to say, you are the one that it is the culture. You have to come to my father's house. You have to do the right. You have to pay the wine. I will give you money, then you go. So it's
No,
nothing
why
special
can't
about
you
that.
go to the man house and tell the man go to instead of the man coming to
That's
your
not the kind. That
parent
is not the
house
kind of.
and
That's not the
giving the
kind of.
money?
That's not the kind of
Why
equality.
can't you just
Excuse me.
go there and tell the family or the
That is a cost. That's cosmetic equality. We're not looking for that. That's not what we're looking for.
okay.
That's not what we're looking for.
All right.
We still want you to keep your pants on and be the pants in the house. So we don't want to totally emasculate you. That's not the goal. But what we're fighting for is equal rights in terms of equal pay, right to own property. You see, there was a time I was going to travel to change my passport in Nigeria. They needed my husband's signature. Those are the kind of things we're fighting for. Because of that was over 30 years ago or 20 years ago. I could not renew that passport because it was not around. Those are the kind of things we're fighting for. Not if I have to give you money to go and buy cola to go and marry me. Because I know you don't have. Is it a bad thing that I'm trying to help you to grow? I'm not fighting for that kind of equality. The kind of equality that I'm looking for is that the ones that are detrimental to me. The right for me not to exist because there's no a man has to lord over me. That's what we're looking for. Why in this day and age does a woman's pay have to be different from a man's pay? Why? When you're doing the same work.
Okay, let me ask Madam Lou something. Okay, as a virtuous human as you claim, I think you claim to be one. Would you
Yes.
would you would you help your partner to prosper?
Of course I did. I put my passport through school. You want to hear stories?
It's
Teach me.
okay. It's up to you. But I'm just saying. I just asked you that
I
question
did
to
I not
see.
happy prosper? We don't know happy prosper by paying his school fees.
Okay. You stand by.
So,
You stand by him. I mean,
of
you don't try to
course.
control. You don't try to control him, even at all.
Control
You
him for
pay.
what? Is he a goat? Why should I control him?
But you just say you pay his school fees. I
He
mean,
says, as
but
he doesn't have the
you
money,
still
okay,
have
what
to
you
be.
as he doesn't
Don't you still have to be?
excuse me, as
You
he
still
doesn't
have
have the
to be
money,
a partner
excuse
in
me,
that regard, or
as
housewife,
he
or
doesn't
whatever you.
have the money, uncle. Do I expect
It doesn't matter. You still have to respect her as equal. You know, is
respect
it
him as
not?
equal? And who told you I disrespected him?
I didn't. I didn't say that. I'm
So
just
what?
saying. We're
No, I
just
don't
making a
understand
general
I don't
statement.
understand the kind of question you're asking.
I
So
don't
because
know you. I didn't say you didn't. It's just a general statement.
you think because I did that I will not carry bell and start ringing all over the place. When everybody knows, see,
Wow.
anybody that knows us know who is wearing the pants. When anybody knows who is doing who in this house.
So let me ask you another question. When you was with him, was he the one that was wearing the pants, or both of you, or you?
Of
Who,
course he
who
was
was
wearing.
wearing the pants?
Of course he was wearing the pants. I wasn't struggling with him.
Okay.
It was a free. It was a free. In fact, he had the freedom to do whatever he wanted to do.
Okay.
I'm not that kind of person that because I'm helping you. Let me tell you what happened one time. Do you know we filed income tax? I'm going to give you a story. He changed the bank account and transferred all the money. When the return came, he transferred it and entered his own account. I didn't even bat an eyelid. I didn't even flinch. So you see, there are certain things there are some wars that are worth fighting for. And I'm not going to say this because I know I was coming from a more privileged background. And I will have to say that I married lower than my whatever I needed to do. So he was the one that had to step up to my plate. Just like when you women go and carry women from
So
Nigeria.
hold
Wait now.
You just made a comment right now.
No,
Let me
wait.
push you
And you
back.
didn't let me finish. Just like men go to Nigeria to go and bring wife, and then they train them here. It was not different. It was not different. What I believe that what a man can do for a woman can also do it for a man. Because at the end of the day, you are going to the same place. One person cannot be behind and the other person is on the front. That is where problems start. So you have to do everything in your power to raise him to that level so that you people can be on the same place. Is that not what men go to do from Nigeria and bring their wives here to do? So what is the difference? Or you think it's everybody that you can see out here that is ready-made? I don't go for ready-made men. I look for who we can build with. Not necessarily who I can control, but who I can build with. So there's a big difference. And the fact that we are building doesn't mean I will now start rubbishing you. No. Just like if anybody comes to this house, I don't enter the kitchen. Yeah. When we are even doing all those things, he's the one that is in the kitchen doing everything. When they come, they don't know who cooked the food. They will all eat it. So you see, everybody has their own formula. And once you look at yourself together, there's no emasculating on everybody. So anybody that does that is immature and really doesn't know what life is all about. And that is not what feminism is all about. Feminism is not about rubbishing men. That's not what it is about. You are the one that wears the pants because by the virtue of God, God designed you to wear pants because you have something to cover. We wear skirts.
Well, figuratively, you know.
Yes, figuratively. So why would I be struggling with pants? So excuse me, what woman in her right mind we want to struggle with a pant with a man? No. What woman in her right mind will want to do that? If your success not my success, is my success not your success? So what is the competition about?
Madam, look, please, where do you want me to send your Hennessy?
I will let
Please, I need to send you Hennessy.
I will let you know. Thank you, my dear. I will let you know. So that's what I'm telling you. When you are working as a partner, you lift each other up because let me tell you, I've been married for like what? Over 30 years. When one person can be down today, the other person is up tomorrow. It is never a level playing field. And you are competing and quarreling. Only a foolish woman will do that. And you're knocking your partner down because of what? Forgetting that you can be down tomorrow. Not only financially, but medically. And you are competing. Listen, you know what? I will leave that alone. No, feminism is not about dragging pants with man. Anybody that tells you feminism is about dragging pants with man, is an idiot. Because there's nothing to drag. There's absolutely nothing to drag, and that is why virtuousness comes in.
So let me ask you a question because of the
No,
comment you
hold on,
made.
I want video, then we can pick it up from there. So please hold on.
It's not an easy journey because it's a job of two people. You know, it was easier for me with my daughter, but not completely easy with my son because there's so many like the issues we're talking about. I can't have those conversations with him because he's not even going to listen. Mom, no, don't go. You know, because you know.
He's a man.
So it's like I always say, you can't do it alone. One important thing I try to do is to make sure that their father was present in their life, you know, so those conversations, he could have it with the dad or have it with my elder brother. Because raising a male child, you have to extremely be intentional about their thoughts and their growth and what runs through their mind. And most time the guy just wants to be the guy. He doesn't even want to talk to you about anything. So that you still need, you know, a male figure, even not a dad, at least a man in that family or someone close to you could always really.
Okay, thank you. So, man of prestige, go ahead. Ask your question. Why I played that video? Because today is Mother Day, so we are trying to recognize both the single mom and Iyabo Ojo is one woman that has embodied that. Raising two kids. Her daughter Priscilla just got married. So while we are talking about that, I'm going to allow you ask the question and give your opinion on that video. Then I'll come to Sister Nato. Go ahead, man of prestige, sir.
So yeah, I wanted to ask Madam Lou a question because she made a comment that she wanna marry somebody lower to her to her class. So my question is that I know you stated after that you all try to build together, but during the transition period, because of the comment you made that he was lower than you. I mean, how do you wasn't there any kind of transition period during that time? Did you just look at him as equal with you?
Oh, yes, I looked at him as equal, but not in all respects, because I knew when it comes to the finances, he had to retrain. It doesn't mean he wasn't trained. He had to retrain to be able to support the family if I wasn't there. So it was my responsibility to get into that point. So it's not a matter of looking and saying, okay. You know what? It's not like going to the grocery store and saying, okay, this is the one I want. It was the one at that point that I saw the heart, and I wanted somebody. I wanted a homeboy. There are certain areas where I don't go into. I don't go to. My choices were very limited. There are certain areas that I don't even venture into going to because of cultural restrictions. So when I see somebody I can work with within that confines of my comfort zone, I will do that. So when you say transition period, I'm not exactly sure what you mean.
Well, before you bring the person here or wherever, I don't know how you're transition. When you go by and marry, I'm brought the man here. I don't need the person went to school here and something like that. During the process, before he become what you want him to be, or become equally in terms of financial and other kind of things, education wise. I was just wondering how you was looking at him at that particular time. Was it equally
No,
yoked,
of
like
course
the
I was.
Bible
You see,
said?
yeah, I was not looking at him anyway because I've already carried the burden. So for me to succeed, I have to be patient and I have to give that chance. So it's not something you want to just sit down and say, this. No, you see, because there's some things that you do that will be detrimental to somebody's progress. It's like we're raising a child. If you don't encourage and you don't nurture, how is the person going to grow? Is it by knocking the person down? My only prayer was that he should do his part. It's my only prayer because, in all honesty, anything can happen to me tomorrow. What's going to happen? What's going to happen? So, no, that transition period was there, and it was a long transition period. It was.
Okay, that was good. That according to your definition, that can that definitely embody what
Yes,
you just said about being a virtual
if
woman.
yeah,
Okay, can we bring Sister Nato in, please?
Thank you.
She's been
yeah, so
patiently
just on the
waiting.
final note, if your heart is there, you will do whatever it takes to get to that point.
Sister Nato, welcome to the show. What is your opinion on what we are discussing in the video I just
Oh, thank you. Hi, everyone. Okay, so we're going to call this one Honorable Man of Prestige. Ola is going to be the Man of Prestige. Okay, so we don't mix it up. Hi, Madam Luke,
Thank you,
Uncle
Nati, for
KJ.
that. He is.
Okay, he is the Man of Prestige with double E. Um,
Good to see you.
so I'm, yeah, same here. Thank you. I was listening from the beginning, but I was just a little bit busy because I had to eat my amala. My Niger is still in my spirit. That's by the way. I don't want to tantalize people and look for trouble. So I'll first of all start. I know that we are past that place, but I'll first of all go back to Professor Mbeke and touch that one for 1 minute before I come back here. Please permit me. When I was trying to listen to that interview that that lady had, and the problem that I had with her was that when she came out and she was talking, she wasn't focused on anything. She was fixated on just bringing Natasha down. That was her only goal. And she now reminded me of Reno. When Reno started talking, Reno was against Tinubu for the longest. He was for Atiku. He now left Atiku and faced Peter Obi and faced Tinubu. But because Reno belongs to the WhatsApp group of stomach infrastructure people, after they gave him something, and I will tell you, Reno can come out and say it's a lie. But the moment he did more than 1, 2 interviews, I know that Aquarius people have visited him. And let me tell you, I was in Nigeria for like 3 weeks. I have a lot of friends in APC. Let me run my mouth like very dark man now. I have a lot of friends in APC. And it was not too many pleasant things that I heard. And even some people that are leaving their parties and decamping to APC are crying because they are going to APC and they're not getting soft landing. So the problem is like a woman that is ready to go and marry somebody with 2 wives because he has money until she gets soft landing, entering polygamy, and then she will now get to the polygamy and I realize that the other 2 wives are the one that is funding the husband lifestyle, and she'll start crying. That's what's happening today. Do you understand what I'm saying? So Akpabio, anybody that will come out and speak against Natasha, his people will reach out to you. And I want to believe 100% that was why on that con log that Weke shared that still shows SP's number, she said, no, you know, SP is his staff. The staff don't have him. We know how we say people's name on our phone. You can save my name and say Adama Dr. Damage's show. Do you understand what I'm saying? Madam Luke, Dr. Damage's show, Man of Prestige podcast. Do you understand what I'm saying? So if you put the name and put a Fabio's name in full and put SP and tell me that it is this name, and from the way she's talking, you know people that are manipulative have a pattern. They have a pattern, they don't back. See, people that know how to manipulate. That woman has PhD in manipulation. From the way she's talking, the way she comes out every day. And I said 2 things. I said she's enjoying the traffic she's getting on Facebook and she's enjoying meta money. And let me tell you, meta money is a cost, especially if you are creating nonsense content, is a cost. So that lady that came out today and spoke about how Adeola, some people are coming to say this, some people are coming to say that. Let me tell you something. Karma knows everybody's address. So, Hausa people say if you want to dig a hole for wickedness, you want to dig a hole and dig a trap for somebody, dig it shallow. So that if you eventually you come to, if you are the person that falls in, or any of your people that fall into that pit, you're able to bring them out. But if you dig it deep, it's going to be ugly. And I was saying to my friends that they are laughing, but they were laughing when I was in Nigeria. I said, let me tell you this politics. The PDP have come from APC. I say APC is like a young woman's breast. If you like, give birth and breastfeed. If you like, don't. If you that breast go for the APC, that's how their fall is going to be. Now they are enjoying themselves because they feel like they are in their prime. They are enjoying all the attention. They are getting APC. Fall go come. So all these people that they are enjoying all this little money that they are giving them on the side, when the chiefs go down, all of them will start crying. Did you Reno run away and look for asylum? Wasn't he under Jonathan that time? How long? During Buhari, let him dare put his feet in Nigeria. I said, well, we couldn't. But now because he has joined WhatsApp group of stomach infrastructure people, he's talking anyhow. Anybody that will come out and speak against Natasha, SP people will reach out to you and give you money. That guy was giving out money in dollars. He was giving out money. He was buying whoever he can buy in dollars. As long as you go against her, you get it. And the way she's coming constructively, the way she's doing it, she's getting the coins. Well, I'm going to tell her one thing. And if anybody that knows her is listening to this, I want to remind her that she lives in America. If she let anybody or group of people raise a petition against her, she might lose her job. Because by the time her job find out that she's doctoring all of these things, oh, she's gonna be in trouble. She's gonna lose a lot of things. She's gonna lose all the name that she has built for herself, all the integrity, the work and everything. America does not work like that. One small nonsense that you do, you lose your job. I know somebody right now that holds a very high position in financial crime lost his job just because in his word that he wants to help somebody that is from his place and send her a text. And the person took the text otherwise, like, why are you going to text me time on the night? This is harassment. The person is at the verge of losing his job. So she's there enjoying the small coins that she's giving. APC's money is cocaine. I'm telling you, it's a drug. It's a drug that you enjoy, it will ruin you. But I wish her good luck. That's by the way. Secondly, I was surprised when they were giving they were asking for definition of virtuous women, and some people were saying, oh, they've never seen or they've never heard or kinikon. The Bible does not uh, the Bible does not consider a virtuous woman a perfect person. Do you understand what I'm saying? She's not. And let me go and read it for us from Proverbs 31, verse 10. That's where it starts. And before I even go there, there are a lot of prominent people in the Bible that even the Bible highlighted some of their weaknesses. Aaron was one of them. Aaron was a stammerer and Aaron was hot tempered. It's in the Bible. So the Bible does not, even all the people that they gave us, they still mention the weaknesses of some people. So when it's talking about a virtuous woman, it's not talking about a perfect woman that does not make mistake. Do you understand what I'm saying? A virtuous woman is considered a woman that has a high standard, that a woman that is worthy of humiliation, the woman that they don't see that woman that is without blemish, she doesn't make mistakes, she doesn't cause that person does not exist. I beg. She no be Moses, 5 person hide am. No be Moses do am. So let's try to like be able to understand and not be looking for perfection. Like Madam Luke said at some point, when he's talking about the virtuous woman, perfection is far from it. It's far from it. That's just the truth. So a lot of us are living with virtuous women, but because we are thinking of something perfect, we are thinking that is not. And women are doing a lot, and that's why men cry all the time and say, "Oh, we have too many Mother's Day. We will have plenty of it. We will create more days in the future." So, and also the virtuous woman's definition in the Bible is static. There's nothing like modern virtuous woman, olden day virtuous woman tradition. The one in the Bible is nothing has changed. It's unchangeable. So all this work thing that we're trying to do and say, oh, present generation woman, even the one that they mentioned in the Bible, that woman was working. She's a merchant. She has job. She has businesses. Her husband is being respected because of herself. So when Madam Luke was defining that thing about feminists, that's why I don't enter feminism argument, because everybody that you ask has a different definition of who a feminist is, and I'm not about to drag that. We are not dragging. By Proverbs 31 woman is a feminist, but that doesn't say that in her house that she's the head of the house, or she doesn't allow her husband do his thing, or she's emasculating her husband. No, no. And what we're doing is that we're not saying we're doing because we are helpmates. We want to play our own part. We want you to play your own part. We are not competing. Please, I do not. Even if I'm coming my next life, I want to be a woman. I don't want to be a man. Please, 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 please. Oh Jesus, now I pray that prayer. Even in my next life, we don't want to be men. We just want to play our role, and you play your role. The only thing that people are fighting for, that brought about this feminist movement, is about work. It's about the society out there. We're not talking about anything that has to do with the house, the role of the man in the house, and whatever. No, we're not touching that. But everybody gets in their feeling. I want to define it the way they want to define it. Okay, since you want to copy at the job, come and get you copy. You share everything in the house where you call. See, when you go that route, it will affect you. You will collect woto. I'm not a big fan of this guy, but he talks about it. This Henderson in Texas. There's something that he said. He said, I don't believe in 50-50. He said, what is 50-50? He said, let me tell you, because in marriage is not. Marriage is 100-100. Some days is 80-20, and the 80-20 might be the wife 80, the husband 20, and tomorrow might be the wife 20, the husband 80. Because guess what? If the husband is a sole provider and he wakes up one day and doesn't have a job, the woman should be capable enough as a Proverb 31 woman and have her own, be able to say, I got you. The people outside will not even know that your husband has lost his job. That's a Proverb 31 woman. Because what, she got it going. But you see these coconut traditional headmen that will say that your wife is not supposed to take care of the house. They don't even read their Bible and say virtuous woman. Virtuous woman, she works, she has her money, she makes sure her hand is fruitful, she makes sure she's in a safe place. Virtuous woman is not an idle woman, she's not a lazy woman. She's not just a woman taking care of people. Her husband and her family are getting respect because of her. So we have to go back. If you are basing your virtuous woman definition based on the Bible, go and read Proverbs 31, verse 10. From verse 10 again. Read it again. If you want to stick to being a traditional man, please leave Bible out of it and do your virtuous traditionalism the way you want to do it. But even back in the day, I remember my grandmother, my grandfather was a very, very big merchant. My grandmother had her own farm, her own business. They will go and do their husband's farm and finish and go and do their own farm so that they will make their own money. They do everything that they collect from their own husband. Even if the husband will not be, they still eat. I will still tell you, my mom, I want to wish my mom a happy Mother's Day. In my entire existence of living with my parents till I moved to America at 27, we ate 3 square meals every day except on 2 occasions. And those 3 square meals wasn't every day that my dad was bringing. And I still remember what happened, the reason why we ate twice those 2 occasions. And my mom swore on her life that it will never happen again, and it never happened. That's a virtuous woman. Doesn't mean that my mother is perfect, no. Doesn't mean that she doesn't get, yes, sometimes she doesn't even know how to control her emotions. Does she still remain virtuous? Yes, she does. Because my mom was a teacher, she collects salary, she sells kerosene, she has a small shop, she was doing her job, she made sure she had money on the side in case she didn't pay anything for school and her father didn't have money to pay for it. That's a virtuous woman. That's what the Bible is defining. So if your mom was able to do all of that for you, if your wife is able to do all of that for you, if you have sisters that do those, they are virtuous women too. They're virtuous women. They're humans. We're humans. We're going to fall. We're going to make mistakes. That doesn't stop us from being human. That doesn't stop us from being who God has called us to be. So I think sometimes when we go out of line or trying to be woke, we try to mix the whole thing up. But there are a lot of virtuous women. And I'm going to say it with my full chest, I'm one of them. Thank you very much. God bless you.
Adama, can I say something before you proceed?
Adama stepped out, so I will be helping her for now. So yes, man of prestige, you can go ahead.
Yeah, thank you very much. While Natu was speaking, and I was listening to what she was saying. Then I went ahead and read the biblical part of of virtuous woman, and everything that she said was right because I was just my main understanding. I never read what the definition was from biblical. It was just my understanding what the virtual woman means. So, like she properly said, so I will probably going to change my tune about the way I look at what virtuous woman entail or what they embody. So, not to thank you very much. My perspective about it was to be close to the perfection, but according to your narrative and what I just read, you are right on the money. So, my perspective about it has really is changing right now as I'm speaking with you. Okay, thank you.
My
Oh, that was
pleasure, sir.
wonderful.
Sorry, madam. Look, let me add something. So just also to buttress this, right? We're not gonna say, oh, tomorrow because tomorrow is Mother's Day. Like everybody wish some people Mother's Day. There are some people that will say Happy Mother's Day to you if you're a mom. So I usually take those statements personal. I still do. But let me tell you why. I don't know because of the sensitive space I'm in, but also I feel like every woman has the potential of being a mom, either by birth, by association, by adoption. We play motherly roles in different places. Do you understand what I'm saying? So that doesn't stop a woman from being a mom. I have nieces that call me mama. Do you understand what I'm saying? I didn't give birth to them like biologically, but when you see me with them, it takes the grace of God for you to know that they are not my kids. Even when they come here, they don't want to leave. So it's just the same thing. Do you understand what I'm saying? So for a woman not being able to give birth of her own doesn't make her less of a woman. For a woman not able to give birth through vaginal birth doesn't make her less of a woman. For a woman to give birth through CS doesn't make her less of a woman. For a woman to be a mom via adoption doesn't make her less of a woman. So it's basically like the same thing, like everything. And somebody said in the comment, Maddie, she said, of what good is a woman if she cannot be productive to her people? And that's what the Bible says about a virtuous woman. If you're not productive, you're not close to virtuous. And when I mean productive, I don't mean like you have to, your society should be able to say, and let me tell you, that brings me back to Natasha's case again. You know, Madam, look, this Nigeria where I go. One thing I realize about these people in politics, they want all of you to be on the same level with them, doing rubbish.
Yep.
The moment you are doing something and you are outshining them, they feel you are doing too much.
Of course.
There are a lot of young women that are doing amazing in politics that have been suppressed. And I tell my friends, why don't you leave this party? Do you have to be in this party? They tell an umbilical conjoin with this party. Do you understand what I'm saying? So I feel like the attack on Natasha, a lot of them in that Senate that have done 200 years have not done half of what she has done. That's one of their problems. So you just
Exactly.
because you come, your husband get money, you get money, you won't come and shine us, you won't come show yourself, blah, 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 blah. Okay, we'll show you the way. When I went to Nigeria, madam, look, police they check car papers, soldier they check car papers, road safety they check car papers, VIO they check car papers, AMAC, local government people wey no get uniform, wey they wear that pinafore, they check car papers. I'm like, for what? For what?
And
You don't know your job again?
why don't they go and check all the Dangote trucks that are carrying all the Fulani herdsmen all over Nigeria?
It's not even that, my sister. Don't go too far. And I know it's not part of this topic today, but brings me also to that VDM's case. Let me tell you something. I'm not a big fan of VDM. I'm not even a fan of VDM. But let me tell you, that boy is that man. Now he go deal with those Nigerian government, and I will support it. And let me tell you why. EFCC, they have left their job. They are left their job because a lot of these people, a lot of these terrorists are being financed through banks. Their money that are being sent all over the place to different accounts. We are not monitoring. Tell me why a savings account will be receiving 25 million and the account is not being flagged. I'm raising this topic up because I work in anti-money laundering. Nigeria is supposed to have a system where a savings account should have a limit every kind of savings account that you open. Once you hit a particular target, or once you hit a particular number, your account is supposed to be flagged. They're supposed to be have different kind of clauses. If money is coming from any kind of place that hit a particular clause, your account is supposed to be flagged. That is how they are going to catch these terrorists. But they have left that one. People are busy financing terrorism up and down in open space. They're not saying anything about it. Somebody is sitting out there, they're going to go and bring it. They're saying money laundering, tax evasion, kinikon, kinikon. People that are supposed to catch for that, you are not catching. You are not catching. These banks are just there operating and doing what they want to do. You are not, even that his mom's case that somebody went to file loan on the mother's account. That is supposed to be a very, very big investigation because how will somebody use another person's information and collect loan? And it's an old woman. Let's just assume that's the video is not even her son. So the bank has a lot of loopholes that they are sleeping on, that they are supposed to tighten up on and make Nigeria better. They are busy harassing people up and down because somebody is giving them money and say, go and catch that boy. He's talking too much. Silence that boy. He's saying what he's not supposed to do. That's not even your problem. That's not your job. Fix your system. Fix your compliance system. Nigeria's compliance system is whack. It is whack. Very, very. If let me tell you, all these banks in Nigeria, if they were in America, they would have closed them down. If you fail audit, you are going down. When was the last time they've been audited gong like this? What procedure does AFCC have for banks to be able to catch people that are doing money laundering, that are terrorism, that are financing terrorism, and the rest of it? They don't have. They do not have. Somebody will come on social media and say he's doing influencer, giving people up and down. What is the source of your money, sir? Who is bankrolling you? They'll do Yahoo and gather money and become influencers and say that it's social media money. So just like that. So the thing is so annoying, it's so irritating. Nigeria, when Donald Trump says Africa is a shithole, Nigeria is a shithole at this point. And VDM and Gen Z and Generation Alpha, I think go help us fix Nigeria. Walai. Chicken now.
Thank you very much. Well, that is the country we find ourselves. And we just have to keep talking and educating like we are doing. And
Hey, did you see the video that came out last week? No, actually this week. Today is Saturday. It was a lady. I think she was coming. I don't really know exactly, but I think she was come from Delta State, going back to Lagos State. So there's a place I think in Abo between Delta State and the Ondo State. So she was coming by because they live in Germany. She married a Ghanaian German guy. So they came back to Nigeria. So they went to Delta State. On their way back to Lagos, the police stopped them. The video was there. So when the police stopped them, they was asking them where they were going because they find out, that the husband is not a Nigerian. So they hold the husband. They say they want to take the husband to their checkpoint or to their place. The wife said, which is a Nigerian, said, no, I have to go with you. So the man was sweating. So the daughter gave the man, like something like handkerchief or something like that. She immediately gave the man the handkerchief. The police took the handkerchief away from the man. No, it was a napkin. I'm sorry. The police took the napkin away from the man's hand and stuffed it into his mouth. So then they handcuffed him, say that he was trying to swallow drug. He- so that's
are you
why they hold him. Yes.
are you for real?
And for real, the video was on last week. Yeah, the man was sweating, I mean, like water, you know. So the daughter gave the father some napkin. So as he began to wipe off his face, the police just come from there, and took the napkin and stuffed it into his mouth and claimed that the man was, stuffing drug in his mouth. So to even make the story worse, they begin to search their luggage. So while they were searching their luggage, they find a camouflage pants. So before they came, this is the first time the man has come to Nigeria, okay? Because
A camouflage what?
a camouflage pants, like a military pants. The
Okay.
camouflage we wear here,
Right.
like a military pants. You're not supposed to wear anything with military in Nigeria as a civilian. Anything camouflage. You understand what I mean by camouflage
Yes,
pants?
I know. Military camouflage.
Right. But anyway, the wife told the husband not to bring it. I guess mistakenly the wife and the husband. No, no, no. He didn't tell the husband not to bring it. The husband packed it. So when they came to Nigeria, the wife told him, no, you can't wear this pants because it's against the law. Yeah, if you wear it, they're gonna arrest you. That you are impersonating to be a military person. So the man never wear it. So on their way back, when they search the luggage, they find that military pants. Oh man, they start beating the man like hell, decided to lock up the man. Up to today, we don't know what happened. So they have arrested the man and transport him somewhere. So
What
that's why the woman
nationality? What nationality do you say this man is again?
is a German Ghanaian.
What
He has
passport
the
did he?
German.
What passport did he use to come to America, to Nigeria?
The wife is from Delta, so I don't really know. I mean, but that's the husband. I don't know what passport. He never really explained. But it's just what the police did to that man. You can see it. They stuck the napkin inside his mouth and claimed that he was swallowing drug. And when they find out that he has a military pens in his luggage, then they beat him up and took him somewhere. Up to right now, they don't know where they kept the husband.
Hmm.
So. You see the kind
Wonder,
of impunity we have in Nigeria. Yeah, the video was circulating last week. I saw the whole thing because the daughter was videoing everything that was happening. I don't know if the police was aware of it.
oh my God, that's so heartbreaking.
Yeah.
That is so heartbreaking. But that is the kind of country we find ourselves in. So well, cats have to continue, and that is why we're here every day, and just to see if we can make sense out of what is going on
But they're
around
not
us.
listening to what we are saying. That's the worst thing. They're not listening. It doesn't matter what we say.
No,
So
no. You see, that is the reason why I really don't discuss Nigerian topics, because at the time it was beginning to affect my health. So I really don't discuss Nigerian topics because a time comes it becomes too much. That's why I come here and I do secular topics, relationship and all that stuff, like women's rights, like
yeah,
Natasha.
but
Just
Lou, we still have to be talking. I mean,
no, 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 no.
silence.
There's a lot of people talking. So and I just refuse to be redundant, because if somebody else is saying what I'm saying, then I don't have to say it, because it's not yielding any fruit, and people are still talking. And look at, can you imagine if that 30-day challenge that went through Nigeria did not yield any fruit?
Oh yeah.
Oh man, there's some things that will just demoralize you. There's some things that are so demoralizing, and that you're ashamed to be a Nigerian. So that's the point where you are. So people who have time, people who have energy to talk, they should go ahead. And I was listening to Miss Omoye's show. If you see one man, even not even Omoye's show, the Dr. Damage's show that was before this one. If you had gone around and you have taken the blood pressure of all those men there, you would think that they will all be admitted in cardiac units. All of them will be admitted tonight in cardiac units for observation. If you see the veins, if there was one, you could quite see the veins coming out from the side of his neck as he was arguing there. And I'm like, people don't understand that these things that are going on now is taking a toll on our health gradually. We don't know. We don't know. We go to bed, we worry. You come out, you worry. Everything you do is gradually taking a toll on our health. But like I said, those people that have power, let them continue in your own capacity. I will come here, I will make comments, I will cheer people on, but those days are gone where I will have to blow my whole jugular to discuss Nigerian topics, because the people we are talking to, they are insensitive and they are hard of hearing. In fact, your pain is their joy. Your pain is their joy. So why would I have to give myself as a sacrifice to diabolical individuals? And like I said on Mr. Moyeska, I said, listen, we're only in 2025. By the time it gets to 2027, Nigeria will be finished.
You think so?
Oh, yes. And let me tell you why Nigeria will be finished. You see all those bandits they're placing in strategic places. Those are the people that will come out during elections. Those are the people they're going to use to mobilize and man, or you can't even pass anywhere to go and vote.
Oh, did you hear about the Benin Republic? Common Benin Republic. They
What's
have
that?
closed their border in Kwara State already. Now they are closed. I forget the name of that area. Around Lagos. They are closing their border. Because they believe some of the terrorists. They are coming from Nigeria to Benin Republic. Can you even
Yes,
believe
now.
that?
Of
They
course.
already closed their border in Kwara.
Yeah, of course. They have to.
Man, we're in trouble, man. I mean, so let me ask Natu, are you there? Is she there?
Yeah. Yes, I'm
Oh,
here.
oh no, I was gonna ask. I know you just came back from. Are you
Thank you
back from?
so much, Madam Luke, for holding it. I'm sorry, Madam. I had to step out. I'm sorry. I had to.
That's okay.
I'm
That's okay.
on call, so I'm busy. So please, can I play the Let me play another
Wait,
video.
Honorable MOP has a question.
Yeah, I was
Oh,
gonna ask you. You just came back from Abuja. What is the atmosphere? Apart from not politics,
Toxic.
just people life, the way people are feeling. Forget about
Yeah,
politics. Just
it's toxic. Everybody's upset. People are just acting anyhow. Like somebody can just do something out of anger. You understand? Things are expensive. Life is not easy. And the place is very hot and humid. So, and people are just trying to make money out of everything.
right.
Yeah.
okay. So let me play our last video so we can pick it up from there. This is the last video.
Since they saw for France, the way some of our brothers stay they collect for year, not be smart, how they meet some of our guys here really. Male, mona they pray for our children. Pray for your children waiting for France. If you forget about the girls waiting inside, concentrate on the boys. Carry breast, come and remove them. See anybody will go mess with your picky, yes, swear put. Because the way some ladies say they run the street for year, they confirm no. Oh, confirm yo. About time yo.
Yeah, I think so. No.
About time yo. Nene, how they meet on?
They don't.
Our brother now, the baby mama will do it for us. We get 4 children. Say me move come up for us to say the children papa won't come visit them. Say me come up for us. Okay. They also mean that my mother they close. I can't tell person story where resemble that you say The person we run a last time, they say, make come off for us. Say that one, as he move finish, the baby mama call later go settle with that's the semi baby papa will be wrong before that's a half papa. Okay. Don't say they be half as they come out, so they will come be half. They not be full again. The half father will be done wrong. So as they say.
So do you guys understand what the video is all about? Madam Luke, I'm going to hand it over to you because I have to, I told you what I'm doing. I'm on call. So I will, Uncle KJ, you can start with Uncle KJ, then you move it around, Madam Luke. Thank you.
Okay. Did anybody understand what was going on in that video?
Is not quite. Is that about prostitution in
Okay.
France?
I think they just gave you a snippet of it. The video is longer than that. So what happened was that there was a single mom that had 4 children and remarried. And a man married a lady. What the goal is, what they're trying to say is that be careful of those of you who want to marry single parents, single mothers. The lady told the husband that the ex was coming to visit. And the ex came to the house. And when the ex came to the house, from there they made up. And they now told the man, the family of the woman, now told the now husband that he had to leave because they had reconciled. So she put him out of the house. That was the gist of that one. That is what that was all about. So I don't know what morals we can get from this in terms of the fact that it's just one of those marital, what will I call it, difficulties that people have to go through. And at the end of the day, everybody has a choice. So what Dr. Adama was saying is that, and it's longer than that, because there was another part too, where a woman had raised her child for 23 years and in a new marriage. And the deadbeat father never came to steal that child. And that child is now 23 years old. Now the father has come back and the son does not want anything to do with him. So what this is going to be with is the single parents and deadbeat dad. That is what that video was all about. But Dr. Dama is not here to play the video in full. So, but these are just like the marital crisis and people go through. So I don't know if anybody has to have a spin back, has anything to say about that. But I'll hand it over to Uncle KJ if there's anything from what I've explained that your take on those things. Because what I really wanted to do was to go ahead, since Dr. Dama is not here, because we can't really talk much on that, because those are personal decisions that people make in their lives. And there's really no control that we have over it, other than comment. What I wanted to do was celebrate women, the women that you think you can celebrate today. That was what was going to be my pushback. So, Uncle KJ, if you have anything to say about that video, the floor is yours. Uncle KJ, are you there? Okay. Mr. Uncle Janaba, what do you have to say? Uncle Janaba, are you there? Looks like everybody has gone to sleep. Oh. All right, man of prestige, MOP, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Where are the men?
No.
I have no idea. So
Is that John Abba? Does he want to speak, or you want?
Uncle John, are you there?
Go ahead. Let the man of prestige continue.
All right.
Yeah. So speaking about the video that was actually played, so the ex came back and you put out your current husband. I mean, I'm trying to understand the whole picture. Is that in Diaphragm? That happened in France or what?
Oh yeah.
I mean, how can you put out your Lego husband? Well, the whole picture is. I mean, we don't have the picture of the whole stuff, so it's very difficult to comment.
No, yeah,
Actually,
because
what?
because even the man came out and spoke. I think Dr. Adama was in a hurry, so she couldn't really play the whole video.
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah, the man came out and spoke and said this is what he's going through. And if you look at it very well, I don't know how a man in his right mind can go and marry a woman with 4 children.
All right.
Unless you are looking for papers or something. I don't understand how that's too much of a responsibility.
No, that to me, let's assume I mean, I'm still in my time, I'm gonna get married. That will never happen. I don't that I will never happen. I don't know about one. Maybe one somehow, but anything more than one, definitely no. I say one maybe, okay? Maybe. That's
Okay,
just me.
all right,
Yeah.
okay. Madam Natu, what do you have to say?
I don't know. That one passed my power. What was that?
And like I said, it's something you just like say, and you go,
So, Madam Lou, what did the man say? The Lego husband that was, that
he
was.
said he was astonished now. He was like, can you imagine? So he was advising other people not to ever dream of marrying a single parent with 4 children. He was actually outside because I had watched the video. He was actually outside the house and he was lamenting. Meanwhile, the family of the lady was like, sorry, but guess what? You know, it's unfortunate, but this is how it is. The man has come back. It
But
was just
I'm trying to ascertain the legality of that, being that they're in diaphragm, France. I mean, is it not the case? Don't we have the same thing that we practice here in USA? They do in France. I mean,
I don't know. But what was cropping, like the woman started making trouble. So the man had to leave the house so that the ex-husband can come back into their lives. So it looks like she just used him as a sole provider or
all
companion
right,
for a while. And then when it was convenient for her, she jumped fence and went back to the other side. That is what I mean. It is kind of callous and just like a little tacky and very, very, very dishonorable. But people do what they have to do, and that will make them sleep well at night. So the man will just have to like just pull his big boy pants up and keep on going. And then what I'm going to say for a fact that man is going to be a damaged man for a long time psychologically, and it will carry into his next relationship the way he sees women. And I don't think he's going to heal for a long time. He's going to be one of those men that will just go around and keep castigating women and just keep um be a bitter soul, extremely bitter. Especially as he has not even had any children with this woman, oh. And he was there. You can imagine how long he has done school runs, taking the children to school, done all this. It's a bitter pill to swallow. It's a bitter pill to swallow. Yeah, so I don't have much to say about that. As like Madam Natu said, he said this one pass up. So I guess, Dr. Dam, are you there? So why if she's not there, just so that we can at least fill in the space, I want to give a big shout out. If you know any woman that you want to give a big shout out to, this is the time to do it just to fill space. And I will go first. I've already done a shout out to my mom. There are some women in Nigeria I want to call in no particular order. Yes, Iyabo Joy is one because I've read her story and how she suffered and how she gave birth to that Priscilla with 150 naira in her pocket.
so
After
can
she,
you say, hold on. How did she suffer? I don't know anything about that, but I watched the wedding.
so that's
I
what I'm trying
mean,
to tell you. This lady gave birth to that girl, that Priscilla that you are seeing there.
hold on.
She,
Is it the only child that she
no.
has?
There's a boy before Priscilla.
Okay.
She said when she got married, which this her interview is on she's on it's online. It is a very um heart wrenching interview. She said when she married that she went against her parents, because, like I said, sometimes when you marry down, it will come back and bite you in the butt. She married down, meaning different background, in low economical status. She was in love with this guy, so the parents kicked her out. So she chose this guy over. By the time she was getting married at that time, when I was 18 or so, she already had a car. So she came from a well-to-do family, but she went and carried this guy and married this guy. When she married this guy on her wedding day, this guy told her that even if she was not pregnant, he would never have married her. on their wedding day, that day, they were on the altar. That if not for that pregnancy she's carrying, that he doesn't love her. He told her on her wedding day. She went ahead with the wedding, had the boy, the boy, Festus. While she was trying to make the marriage work, Priscilla now came in. By then, the marriage was already beyond repair. She didn't go back to her parents. Though. She only had 150 naira in her pocket. No, she couldn't pay hospital bill. She now went to beg a nurse to deliver that baby in her bedroom there. That was how she delivered that girl. And while she was delivering that girl, she said she almost bled to death. That it was only God that saved her. That is why she doesn't play with that girl. And that was why she made sure she struggled to raise them by herself. By then, the man had already taken off and gone to New Jersey and married somebody else. If you see you can tell that when that man was attending that wedding, all the things he wore, it was the Priscilla that bought it. Which is not a bad idea, but at least he was there for the children when they were getting married. You can tell that he was just out of place in that. You can tell that he was not really. But the good thing about Priscilla is that she never separated them from their father. They were always in contact.
Hold on, Madam Luke. You know what? I think I saw the man you are talking about, but I never really, I didn't know much about this story you are giving right now. Okay, I saw the man.
Yes, now you see him there.
Yeah, kind of dark skin guy. Yeah.
Yes, so he came there. You can tell he was just managed to show up, just to support his daughter, because everybody was asking her, "Where's your father? Where's your father? Where's your father? Where's your father?" So he came from New Jersey. So I want to give a shout out to her because she really did good raising those children. There was no scandal, and they are well behaved. So I really want to give a good shout out to her. She now has a partner in the name of Polo, the billionaire, in quotes.
Yeah, I know about Polo. Yeah.
Yes, she said she doesn't want to marry. They're just doing fine, and I'm happy that she has finally found happiness. So the second person I want to give a shout out to is May Edochie. Similar situation, the way she made all these sacrifices. We don't know the details of her marriage, but the way she was able to raise her children and comport herself throughout all that mess going on with she and Yul Edochie, I want to give her a big shout out.
Is she divorced? Is she divorced from him?
I think the divorce is still going on, or the divorce is final. I'm not sure.
Okay.
But they no longer live together. The new wife has almost 3 kids for Mr. Yul Edochie. So the marriage is practically over. And they also lost a child, their first son. She lost their first son. She said depression almost took her life. But she was able to weather all that because she found out her husband was going to get married to another woman on social media. So you can imagine how heartbreaking that can be. So, may Yul Edochie, I still put Yul Edochie there because that is what you have called yourself for a long time. I want to give you a shout out for being a fantastic mother, wife, whatever. You've earned your flowers. Number 3, Mercy Johnson. Now, I'm not a fan of Mercy Johnson. Never will be. But I have to give her her flowers. When it comes to the way she has comported herself in that marriage and with her children. This lady, we know how she started from Nollywood. She was selling, whether it was pure water at the roadside, and then she was helping them, Genevieve or Motola, to carry their bags. But I want to say the way she has handled her marriage to be scandal-free and raise her children, I give her her flowers. Shout out to Mercy Johnson.
So hold on. Before you proceed, I have to still ask question because I'm novice when it comes to a lot of Nigerian things. So
Yes.
Mercy Johnson, I'm familiar with her. Is she from a low class family?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah. And the man she married had another family in Spain. They met on a plane. It was a big scandal how the woman came out and said the man was already married, but the man came and said they were divorced and they had not lived together for years. He had like 2 other kids there, and they finally got married, a big wedding, and they now have 4 children together, and they're, doing their thing. The man has never disrespected her. She has never disrespected him. He's now an APC bigwig. And so she has earned her flowers, regardless of what political trenches she's in. I want to shout out to her. She has been a great mom. The last person I will say, because I don't want to hug the camera, is Aisha Yusufu. Aisha Yusufu is another woman that has stood there. She has done it all. She has been in her marriage. She has been in the business. She has been a businesswoman. She has been a mother. She has done well without scandal. These are women that have, come out to really, 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 really show us that, women can be strong in Nigeria despite adversities. They are not perfect. Don't get me wrong. These are not perfect women by any chance. But these are some women I would just look at and say, you know what? You have earned your flowers. You have earned your flowers. And I'm going to celebrate myself. I have also earned my flowers. And I pray I reach out to everybody. You too will earn your flowers and you will continue to be strong in whatever you want to do. The fact that you have not had children doesn't mean you are not a mother. You are a mother. You have been put on this earth to be a mother. Whether you have children or not, you have nurtured somebody, either your niece, your nephew, your brother. Anyway, you are still a mother. Being a biological mother doesn't make you less. I mean, being a woman without a child doesn't make you less of a woman. You are still a mother, and I expect you to claim it in whatever form you can, either by adoption or by co-parenting or by whatever. Every woman in this planet is a mother. So shout out to all the women in the world. And did I forget Natasha, Senator Natasha Akpoti? That is another woman, a mother who has kept her children out of the limelight and is a fantastic mom. So shout out to all the women there. Keep doing what you are doing. You will take the world to go places. Thank you.
Wow, that was great. So, as a man, I'm gonna give her a shout out to the great ladies of this world, the ones that I know, and I'm not gonna give a shout out to any of the personalities in Nigeria. I don't know a lot of them, but I'm gonna start with my mom. He embodied what a woman should be. She has been the engine that hold the whole family. She has 11 of us. Fortunately, 11 of us are still living. All of us are in USA. So shout out to my mother. My dad, I still respect you. It's not your time yet. So this is woman time right now. So my mother, her name is Constance. She embodied what a woman should be. Mother, kudos to you, shout out. Second, I will give a shout out to my wife. She exemplify what a wife should be and what a mother should be. So shout out to you, my wife. Then I will give a shout out to my two sisters, both of them here in USA. Shout out to you too. My senior sister, Jennifer, and my younger sister, Angeline. Shout out to both of you. Great women. And shout out to the rich women on this platform, whether you have kids. Um, Shout out to all of you here. Happy Mother's Day, everybody.
Thank you.
Yeah. I don't know, maybe everybody has gone to sleep, so maybe we
Let
need
me
to
No,
call
see.
it a day.
Let's
hello.
Uncle Jonaba there.
Yes,
Yeah,
it's Jonaba. Are you there?
yeah.
Oh, now you're awake. KJ, brother. Where you been?
I've always been here, but I've been on this platform for since 1:30
Yeah,
p.m.
yeah,
today.
yeah, yeah. I got you. I saw
So I
you
need to go
earlier,
and
but I didn't come
eat.
in today.
Okay. So I don't know. Jonaba, it's like you are missing in action.
No, I just listen to you guys.
Okay. Go ahead, sir.
Give a shout out to my mom in New York, my wife, and all the beautiful women out there. Madam Luke, she's very inspiring, and
Thank you.
Adama, uh, Adama, and
Thank you so much. I'm back right
yes,
in time
you
for the
guys
shout
are
outs. Thank
virtuous
you.
women. You are my own personalities, so I have respect for you guys, and happy Mother's Day.
Oh, I forgot to give a shout out to somebody that I know that is not here today.
Thank you.
Hopefully she's listening. Uriako Tope, shout out to
Yes.
you.
Maria
Oh, yes,
Kutope,
yes, yes,
shout
yes.
out.
Oh yes, yes. Talk about happy Mother's Day to you. Yes, yes. And I like to recognize some of the women on the YouTube. Obodo Yibo TV is another woman that does a lot for women. And Sister Natu on the chat, Queen TA, Tracy Jacopi. I'm trying to remember all the women that comes to this platform. And Tokwe, oh yes, Tokwe is one of the administrative. Yeah, I just and another one is Omoye's Corner. Yes, I have to give a shout out to her. These are great moms doing great things. And Mom of Five, that's another YouTube channel. If you guys want to follow, please follow her as well. She's good. Uncle Beno. Yes, I know he's listening. A shout out to his wife as well. Man of Prestige. Yes. Not this man of prestige on the panel. Man of Prestige that has his own channel. A shout out to him as well and his wife. And thank you for all the beautiful mom out there. Thank you guys for all you do. We appreciate you. May God continue to bless you. And another woman I just thought about was Doopsy, the Doopsy show at One Man. Yes. And One Man's wife as well. Yes. He does have a wife. Yes, a shout out to her. And Chioma, my sister, and One Man, a shout out to her as well. So to all the beautiful ladies, thank you all for everything you do. We appreciate you all. And I am my heart is filled with so much gratitude. Please take our time to enjoy this weekend. Is all about us, and we should be celebrating each other every day. You don't have to have a special day for Mother's Day. For me, I always make our time for myself because it's very important. You cannot give what you don't have. You have to love yourself first before you love someone else. So thank you all to the great panelists. Madam Luke, thank you so much. A big shout out to you. You know what I have going on. I really appreciate you. Uncle KJ, a shout out to my executive producer. I call him. A shout out to you, your wife. Oh, thank you so much, sir. Anytime I call
Thank you.
thank you so much. And
Thank you.
Chim as well. A shout out to him and his wife. Thank you for everyone that has helped to contribute to make this show a success. Thank you. So I hope, with that being said, have we all had our final submission?
Hold on, let me ask something, Adama. I just thought about something. What's the name of that guy that normally anchor this channel with you before? I've not seen him in a long time. Is he okay? That's all I want to know. I don't know. I
Are
don't want
you
to know
talking
anything
about
about her.
Andrew?
Yeah. That's all.
Electricity.
You heard from
Electricity?
him?
Yeah,
Yeah, Andrew.
he's doing okay. Yes,
Okay,
he's doing okay.
that's all I want to know. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Yes, he's doing okay. Have we all had our final submission so we can call it a night? Madam Luke, has everybody has their final submission?
Yes, as much as we know.
Where's John Abba? John Abba hasn't said anything. Let's see, it's gone.
Yeah, he passed it. He passed the mic to you.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we did. Adam, I already did.
All
Like I
right.
said, he wasn't listening. I gave you a shout out. I can't forget about you now.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you, thank you. It's been this weekend is I can't let me just hush it up, but I am glad it's here. But with that being said, let's all enjoy this weekend. Femo, thank you. These are my H people, H Town. Yes, I see you in the comment section. I appreciate everyone that came and supported this program. With that being said, let's all have a lovely Mother's Day weekend. Thank you, guys.
Thank you and good
Everybody,
night.
good night. You have a nice day tomorrow now.
Yes, thank you.